Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, babe.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of Melanated Thought, where we talk about things that affect the black community. I am Reggie O.
And I am Mimi the lady.
And what the lovely lady she is, as always.
Bomb chicka wow wow.
Oh, man. Should you tell him or should I tell him?
Go ahead.
Okay. Yo, check this out, y'all. We got this very, 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 I'm not going to say a special show, but it's just a show in general. For those of you who don't know, comedian Jess Hilarious went viral because she was going back and forth with the transgender community, because the transgender community was trying to tell a woman what a woman really is.
Or what they don't own.
Or what they don't own.
Right.
And me personally, I got a problem with it. So, and I'm a man, so I mean, how the hell are you gonna sit up here and tell a woman what she does and doesn't own when she's born a woman, and you're trying to be what you want to be what she already is naturally? I don't get it. But anyway, we're gonna talk about that a little bit deeper. As usual, how was your week, dear?
Pretty good. Same old rigmarole. As always, blessed and thankful for having a JOB.
Cool, that was up.
Other than that, it was just another week. No issues with the family. Family doing good, praise God.
Oh yeah.
A little touch and go for him, but she's doing better today. Thank you, Jesus.
Oh, of course.
Had some time with my East Texas people yesterday. So
Of course.
it was good. Blessed about that, because I thought it was going to go one way, but it went a totally different direction. I'm very blessed about that. You and I kind of had like a date night the other night looking at the fight. I kept falling asleep on it, but I heard some of it and I saw some of it.
Yeah, real quick. I want to say congratulations to Terrence Crawford, because he did his thing, man. And the reason why I like Terrence Crawford is because Terrence Crawford is a true sportsman. And
even though Errol Spencer is from DeSoto, technically Dallas, whatever,
yeah,
he's cocky with it.
Yeah,
and I don't like cockiness at all.
No, she doesn't. So she hates it.
Let me take that back. If you're cocky with it and you can write a check to cash it with, I don't have a problem with that. But he's been cocky lately and been bouncing checks. Like, you know who cocky to me? That's that Mayweather. But Mayweather can write a check that it will never, ever, ever bounce.
Right.
But I don't know, Ross Smith was just kind of, even had, they had that pre, like they do go banter back and forth, and either went to weigh in.
Right.
He was like, let's come to common ground. You some my team, fight your team, blah, 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 blah. And Ross Smith just went straight hood, ghetto, if you ask me, with it. But I'm like, okay, he done wrote a check his butt can't cash, and them legs got a little wiggly like spaghetti. And next thing I know, you talking about he got KO'd. I'm like, what?
Yeah. He got him, man. I mean,
but I do admit, though, after that, the third or fourth punch, the ref should have stopped the match.
Yeah.
But he kept letting them go, and then he just, that brain got the scrambling, them eyes got crossed. He was like, he couldn't take it no more. But I kind of blame the ref for letting him keep going on. But sometimes I think they do that to teach you a lesson, let you know, come down out that cloud, boy.
Yeah.
You good, but you ain't that good.
I mean, no disrespect to Errol Spence. I like Errol Spence. He's a good boxer. But I think that this fight right here definitely humbled him. Because in my personal opinion, from watching him fight, from his previous fights up until now, he took this fight lightly.
He looked weird, like he just knew he was going to win.
Yeah,
like,
exactly my point.
Oh, I got this in the bag.
Precisely. That's just what I'm getting at right there. And he took Crawford for granted, and Crawford capitalized on it. Because Crawford is no joke himself. The boy can box. I've seen him box. I saw him come up from the amateur ranks up to the pros. So he did his thing. So like I said, shout out to Terrence Crawford. And to tell you everybody how much how much respect that he had for Errol Spence, he gave Errol Spence his belts back.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Now, if that was you, would you do that?
Honestly, I can't say that I would.
Exactly, because
I
sometimes
don't know.
you think I got all your shit. I just laid out right here. You want to do that, but then that just, like you said, that just show he's a bigger person,
right.
a better sportsman.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. In every sense of the word. So I really can't say that I would. I don't know. I'm kind of petty. I'm kind of petty.
I would have spread them all out over me, but like, look at all this mine,
right?
And
but
I got that from you, yeah. But nah, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough, because this whole time, he never said any rhetoric back.
No, he never said anything negative about it.
He never did nothing negative back.
Right.
And then in the end, he capitalized.
Right.
And then on top of that, gave him back the belts that he whooped his butt about. That got to be like.
Yeah.
Now, if this doesn't humble him, I don't know what will.
Yeah. It really should.
But he whooped me, and then he gave my belts back. It's just like getting a whooping by your mom. Your mom told me, "Okay, go ahead, put your belt back on." You don't whoop me with my own belt, and then you tell me to put my belt back on. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
But it was from what I've seen and what I've heard, it was a pretty good match.
It really was. It was a pretty good fight. It was a good fight.
The house was sold out in Vegas.
Oh, of course.
I was shocked.
Anybody was there.
Yeah. Like I said, this was on the same as a Mayweather, Pacquiao.
It was a big deal because
Holyfield and Tyson kind of thing.
Right, because those guys are major draws anyway.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So both of them are.
And I guess this is, even though he's been fighting along the way since he had his wreck and some issues with his eyes or something, I think this is pretty big for Earl, but I don't know.
Yeah, it was a big deal for Earl.
It was a good fight though, from what I
yeah, it was a really good fight. I mean, I'm a fight fan anyway. I mean, the first martial art I ever learned was boxing. I had two uncles to teach me that, so I have an affinity for it. And yeah, it was a pretty good fight.
Pretty good fight.
It was a pretty good fight.
Yes, sir. So, how was your week?
Same old, dear. Just work as usual, trying to stay out of this damn heat.
That's what I was telling my friend this morning. We always text in the morning, see if we go in church, say thank you God for the week, blah, 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 blah. This heat is so disrespectful.
Oh, my God, man. Come on.
This heat will literally cuss. When you don't even get you have 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out the door, and you will literally say, God. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I literally walked from my front door to my car, and I felt disrespected. Mm-hmm. I felt like somebody had one of them heat lamps. They put them old stale burgers from the burger joint under,
right,
to keep it warm. I felt like somebody literally had that just walking on me, shining directly only on me when I was walking from my front door to my car.
Yeah.
Like I said last week, I don't remember this heat being this massive
when
I was younger.
I do. And I'm going to tell you how I remember it. Because I remember.
Unless I was just too dumb to me what it was.
Well, see, when we were children, man, we were just
even in my
playing.
20s or my 30s, I don't remember it being this hot. I do not. I'm saying this is the wrong time for it to be this hot while I'm this old, too.
Right, yeah.
This is the wrong time.
Right.
But I don't know, this heat, they keep calling it a heat wave, and it's just not here. It's like across the country. But because I was talking to my cousin yesterday, because he had just came from vacation from Mexico.
Yeah. And
I was just so jealous. Who I knew it was like 70 degrees. And he said, no, it's pretty much the same temperature there as it was here. I was like, in Mexico? Mm-hmm. But it was different, because they right there by the water. But he said he said you can still feel the heat.
Well, see, think about this.
Like, good Lord.
Well, see, that's a tropical environment. Mm-hmm. So, the heat's going to be worse. Well, the humidity is going to be the beast. That's the problem with those tropical environments is the humidity.
And he said it was hot, but he said he had a good time. So I'm a little jealous, and now I'm just trying to plan mine. Where I want to go. What we going to do? But, yeah, there's this heat lately. A lot of people are saying they're not really hanging out. They just staying at home in some AC.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we've been doing.
And shout out to all those who don't have it and who's trying to get it. Lord, I bless you that you can get it, because I just can't imagine. Oh, my God. But I know there are people who are trying to sacrifice who can't afford it.
Yeah. I mean, you do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I read this story the other day about this grandmother. She loves working in her garden. Mm-hmm. And she said, well, let me go out here a little bit earlier than normal just to go out there, because she like talking to her plants and everything. Mm-hmm. Her granddaughter said, wow, she's been gone a long time. Went out there, she done died from a heat stroke.
Oh, my God, really?
One of you out there a good 20 minutes.
I believe it.
I'm like, now, wait just a minute.
I believe it. Well, see, the thing of it is, when you're that age, some of the medication that you take does not take well with heat.
You don't even have to be that age. That's why I was just talking to my sister about. I know my sister used to tell people, oh, no, I can't sit in the heat. My doctor got me on meds, so I can't sit. I said, if you can't sit in the heat, how you going to walk? That's what you got to do, walk around with an umbrella all day? Yes. But yeah,
some people do.
Yeah, you're right. Some of these medicines, then just because of the way the rays are coming down, it's just
yeah.
This is what you call hot.
Well, God,
hot. This is hot weather.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like I told you last week, God. Whatever you cooking outside, it's done, bro.
It done burnt up. I don't think you can. It's burnt. It's crispy with the P. Crispy. It is very well done, but glad to still be on this top of the dirt. But ooh, can we turn down the heat wave just a little bit?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and put Just Hilarious' picture up here and get this music cracking. Hold on. So yeah, we got Jess up here, and like I said, we, me personally, I feel some type of way about this thing, man, because like, how the hell you gonna sit up here and tell a woman what a woman is and what a woman does or doesn't own on her body? I got a problem with that. How do you feel about that, babe? You being a woman.
I'm gonna hold mine because if I start, I'm not ready to stop.
Okay.
So I'm gonna wait till we get to that point because I have a whole lot to say about it. But I'm gonna hold my peace right now. I'm trying to get through these MTP news events.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then after that, I'm gonna let you know how I feel.
Yeah.
This right here, I feel like the world is going backwards.
I agree with you, man.
We're arguing with people about what we were naturally born with, and you got to go out and get yours cut off and buy it.
And some of them don't even
How
do
the
that.
hell? Let me shut up. I said,
oh yeah. We'll wait. Let's go ahead and get to the books. I ain't got but one book. Books every black person should read at least once in a lifetime. I ain't got but one, and that's the one I've been pimping since I've been starting the show, man. The United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept, a compensatory counter-racist code by Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. And it fits well with the subject because, according to Mr. Neely Fuller, and I've read this book, and I suggest everybody read this book. This book is very important. White supremacy controls 9 known areas of human activity, and those areas are economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. The one we're going to be talking about today is sex, because in this particular book, Neely Fuller talks about how white supremacy is trying to replace black vaginas with white anuses. Okay, so, and this goes along the lines of what we're talking about here. So that's the only book that I got. The Compensatory Counter-Racist Code. Go out and grab a copy. It's on Amazon and a whole bunch of other places, man. So check that out. Okay, my favorite section of the show. Bold words from a black woman. You got a good one today, I already know.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to, if you don't know, is her picture up yet?
Getting ready to put it up right now.
This picture has been prolific for many years. And it all started way back yonder. Miss Anita Hill.
Hello. It'll pop up in a minute. It's kind of delayed here.
Hill, I'm giving her the Woman Award today because her birthday was yesterday, July 30th.
Okay.
She's 67 years old.
Okay.
And if you don't know, Miss Anita Hill is a black American lawyer, educator, and author. She is a professor of social policy law and women's study at Braden's University and a faculty member of the University of Heller School for Social Policies. And currently she is at Oklahoma. She resides from Oklahoma. Shout out to your home state.
Yeah, buddy.
And I wanted to pay, for lack of better words, homage to Miss Anita Hill because to me, she was the face way back yonder of Me Too movement. I know for a long time there was another young lady, I forgot her name, but she was the one who kind of coined the phrase Me Too. But if you think about it, Miss Anita Hill was technically the first one who went through anything as such thing as a Me Too moment because of who?
Clarence
Our good
Thomas.
old boy Clarence Thomas.
Yeah, buddy.
I watched the trial every day.
I watched that trial too just to see what was up.
Every day because I wasn't quite sure what it was all about, but I remember it was such a big deal on the news. And at that time, that's when I called myself trying to be, quote unquote, an adult and started watching the news. And it was on every day.
It really was.
And what really piqued my interest is because one day they interrupted my stories.
Oh, God forbid.
And I was like, what? And then that's what made me get on. I was like, wait a minute, what is going on? And I just saw this black lady testifying in that beautiful, prolific blue dress. Or teal dress, whatever you want to call it.
Teal.
And those white men was talking to her like she was a sex fiend, crazy, out of her mind, less than human being. And I did not understand what was she going through. Why were they talking to her like that? Why were they not even giving her a chance to really complete a sentence before they move on to the next sentence? Just mad disrespectful. And she was just clearly trying to tell them that this man is a narcissist and he pretty much raped her with her clothes on. Even though she did not give him nobody's permission, she literally turned him down several times. But he was very persistent because he don't know how to accept no as an answer.
Well, the thing of it is, man, you know, Clarence Thomas saw that big old booty because he with the old flat booty white woman.
She's a beautiful woman.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he saw he with that old flat booty white woman, so you know he saw that booty and he wanted to, you know, grab a couple times.
But it's not yours.
I agree with you on that 100%.
Do you talk to your wife like that and grab your wife like that? Go home and do that with your wife. See if she let you do it. She let you do it? Okay, you play with her. Don't play with mine.
Yeah, I grab my wife's booty all the time.
Well, you know, I'm delusional. I don't know. You know, I'm blinded by love, I guess. Maybe I don't know what I did. I'm getting the bees. I don't know yet. But, I mean, like I said, this young lady, Miss Anita Hill, was pretty much to me the godmother of the Me Too movement. So shout out to her. Happy birthday. Current pictures of her. She's a beautiful woman. Still going strong. Still standing in the justice of women's rights. I love that part.
Right.
And just happy birthday, Miss Anita Hill.
All right. Well, let's get to it. Hold on. I got something for y'all. Give me a minute. Let me get it set up. Damn it. All right, here we go. We got the MPT news.
Oh, not a ticker. That's all right. Hey.
I told you.
That's better than any concrete news ticker I've ever heard. That's all right. Hey now.
Yeah, buddy. MPT news, y'all.
Now it's time for MTP news.
What you got, baby?
Okay, the first one, quote unquote, did nothing to stop the murder. Quote, end quote. Families claim security stood outside door of OnlyFans model Courtney Cleaney's condo for 12 minutes while she allegedly stabbed boyfriend to death. Now, I remember this story.
I remember it too.
It was so weird because they saw them on the elevator. Kind of like remind me kind of that Beyonce Solange kind of thing. They showed them on the elevator fighting on the camera. She was mostly doing the fun. He wasn't really doing much, you know, not nothing criminal toward her, but she was just going ballistic on him. And then, you know, she kind of did like, and it kind of reminds me of the oh God, what's the girl who beat the boy up and then talking about I didn't touch he was in the movie we just looked at when Michael B. Jordan
God.
the bot Creed. Remember he was going through some of his girlfriend
Major.
Jonathan Major. Kind of remind me of that story.
That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah, it kind of you're right. It is exactly like that. So I remember that. So I'm fine. I'm happy that because a while like it just kind of died down like nothing ever happened with it. Like
right.
To me, she pretty much got away with murder.
Pretty much, yeah.
But the family of the Nigerian American man who was killed by his OnlyFans model girlfriend has filed a new lawsuit claiming the luxury apartment that the couple lived in could have intervened during their last fight and saved his life. Kristen Ombasili, that's the young man's name.
Yeah.
And the girlfriend name is Corpus Courtney Cleaney. She pretty much went ballistic on him in the elevator. Next thing you know, the young man was found dead.
I would tell
and what
people.
was so fatal, you know, that's why my dad always tell me, like, you know, my dad always gave me and my sisters, you know, things to protect ourselves. He gave my sister a gun. He said he wouldn't give me a gun. He said, you know, I will unload the whole clip on them, but he gave me a blade. And then he said, because if somebody get that close to you, you had to stand on. That means you had to protect yourself. They was in your space, because with a gun, you can shoot a gun for like what, half a feet, 2 feet away.
Yeah.
But with a knife, they had to be in your personal space.
Right.
And this has to be astounding, because he was fatally stabbed. So that means she punctured him more than 2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah.
So shout out to the family for reopening this case, and I'll pray to heaven above that you guys get the justice you need. Like, this story just came and it went without any repercussion. I never understood that.
Right. So, I'm on time. It really has. This is nothing new.
And they always, what I don't get about it, is like, they always claim, I was trying to defend myself from domestic abuse. Mm-hmm. We see you on the camera, literally. You was, what's the man's name in Creed? You was Rocky. You was Rocky, and this boy was Apollo.
Mm-hmm.
So don't try to say you trying to defend yourself against abuse, because you was whooping that boy head.
Oh, she was tearing him up,
yes,
wasn't she?
Yes, she was. Very much so. But they always claim that I was trying to defend myself because of, passive of violent domestic abuse that he used to put on me, and I was just claiming self-defense.
But here's the funny part.
Self-defense, okay.
But here's the funny part. People actually believed her.
Yeah, they did. That's why I said this story came and this story went. That's why I'm so proud of his family for reopening this case. And if they have to go through the way, because they had the camera work at the apartment complex, which was so pathetic. So they see it right here on the camera. So why is she not getting anything done to her? And by them just standing there watching, because I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. He was a big dude. Mm-hmm. He was tall, nice looking, healthy young man, and she regular little short white girl, blonde hair. But she was whooping that head. And I know maybe he did that because he was probably taught, because he is a Nigerian man. I know most Nigerian people have cultures of don't never put your hand on a woman and things like that.
Right.
And maybe he wasn't, but he was kind of like pushing her back, like, gone now. But he wasn't whooping her or putting his hand on her like she was doing to him, punching her, slapping her, and stuff like that. So maybe the people that saw it on the camera and the security personnel just figured, he'll take care of it when they get home. It'll die down. But in essence, she ended up getting a knife and stabbing him to death. Now, would this be considered one of those cases? So now that the family has reopened it, she'll probably really, really get out. I don't think they're going to say that she has mental health issues.
Well,
that was one of the things that popped up the first time.
That's probably the angle that her lawyers would probably roll with. Because the situations like that, they always say, "Oh, she was mentally disturbed, and she was going through some things, whatever the case may be."
And the reason why she's there, because she was fighting for her life. What life?
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at right there. That's exactly it right there.
I just think each person should be held accountable. If I hate that we have to go through these channels just to be taken seriously, but if you are in a domestic abuse situation, there is paperwork and documents that you can file to keep a running paper trail, which I know is pathetic, but by law, if anything ever happened to you and you want to be able to stay on this side of the bars, you have to go through those channels. Yeah. But when it does happen, if it do happen, you'll be free and clear because you had a running paper trail.
Exactly. I mean, I don't wish that on anybody. I really don't, man or woman. If you're in a physically abusive relationship, especially a physically abusive relationship, don't ever think you can't get out of it, because you can.
Oh, absolutely. Some stay, though. I don't know if they say because they really love them or they think they can change them, or they just feel like that's all hope is lost or whatever. But yeah, there's always a way out.
There's always a way out, y'all. So anyway, where else you got?
But shout out to that family. I hope they get the justice that they want on behalf of their loved one.
Where else you got?
For the last couple of shows, we've been talking about Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis.
Oh, baby slip of the tongue?
No. It just came out that way. The real me came out, but try to keep professional for the show. Quote unquote, can't have it both ways on this one. Byron Donalds fallout with Ron DeSantis after speaking out against Florida slavery lesson. Now, if you're not aware, Mr. DeSantis is saying that Florida was a slavery was a
beneficial to black people.
Was a good thing.
Yeah.
It was beneficial to black people. You know, such as them learning how to do blacksmith, work.
Cobblers, stuff like the carpentry,
right?
Stuff they already knew how to do before they got here. You know.
So Mr. Byron Donald, he's on the outs with DeSantis because of the Board of Education and the new curriculum that DeSantis is trying to put into the school system regarding slavery. If you haven't heard, the new African American standards in Florida are good, robust, and accurate. The attempt to feature the personal benefits of slavery is wrong and needs to be adjusted. That obviously wasn't the goal, and I have faith that the Florida Department of Education will correct this. I will hope so, Mr. Byron Donald, but the way the DeSantis is going, I don't think so.
Let me say this about this right here.
So.
Let me say this about this right here.
Let me reiterate
Go ahead.
You know, because last week when this story first came out, our own VP Kamala Harris went down there and kind of told him this is wrong. I don't know if you saw it or not, but this week our own Ben Crump went down there. And so he was down there doing. I have another story about this too. When the AFIA alphas are thinking about pulling their whole organization out of Florida because of what DeSantis is trying to do. In Florida, but he's had people to say this, but it's like I don't know. I don't know.
Let me say this about the situation. This is a good thing. Let me tell you why. Ron DeSantis being a flat-out white supremacist, which we already know that he is. That's kind of obvious, right? Yeah. Right. I mean,
Shout
Stevie
out
Wonder
to
can
Don.
see it.
That's why we got a nickname, DeClantis.
DeClantis, exactly.
Right.
Now, this is a good thing, because what's old boy's name? Brother man?
Donald. Sorry, hold on. I'm sorry. Byron Donalds.
Okay, Byron Donalds. Okay, he's a known Republican, known black Republican, and he was kind of on the coon train for a little while.
Yep.
Okay, so this is a good, and this is the reason why I say this is a good thing, because these people that's riding the coon train are figuring out where they really stand with these white supremacists. You know what I mean?
Well, you mean that rooster's coming home to
hello, the chickens are coming home to roost. Exactly. In other words, they're getting that nigga wake-up call. Okay? So this is a good thing. And he's not the only one that has something to say about that. Coon Tim Scott even had something to say about it. Oh, yeah. Tim even came out and said, wait a minute now. Hold on, massa.
I think I saw Candace did as well. I think she said, let me see if I can find this up. I think she tried to allude to that she didn't agree with that.
Right. A lot of folks...
Even though she had something stupid to say about slavery.
Of course, you already know that. But anyway, but my point is this right here. This is a good thing because all those people that's out there cooning, they're starting to second guess their cooning, because just because you're cooning don't mean you're part of the team. See, all that cooning you're doing, you're under the illusion of inclusion, and then when they actually tell you what they really think about you, you want to come back home to us. Well, see, like I said, this is a good thing, because now you see where you stand in the eyes of white supremacy. Just another nigga to them. They don't care. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say about that. This is a good thing. This is a really good thing, because they actually see where they stand.
Right, and like I said before, I just want to reiterate that. Hold on, I'm trying to find this Candace story. I misspoke about her. But the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity said this week that it will be moving its 2025 convention from Orlando to another location that is yet to be decided. I heard it was going to be Texas, though, on the low.
I heard there was
allegedly it's supposed to be Texas.
Was they moving their headquarters to Texas?
Their convention, not conviction, their convention that they always have in Miami. The convention draws between 4,000 to 6,000 people and has an economic impact of $4.6 million. So that's a big hit to the economy.
Wow.
And I'm not trying to be funny, but I hope the other remaining Divine Nine would do that. I think they also have their convention somewhere in the Florida area. So I just feel like if we start hitting them in that pocketbook,
Oh yeah,
maybe he'll change his narrative just a little bit.
I keep telling people, man, if we want to make a really big change in the world and hit white supremacy where it hurts, hit him in the pocketbook.
Yep.
That actually worked during the Birmingham bus boycott. People have to understand that.
He might not think nothing about it, but I think economically, he don't. Because like I said, when you first, to say that they've been somewhere, even though they haven't like really, really left the country or went overseas or anywhere.
Right.
Or took a cruise anywhere. A lot of people say, y'all went on vacation. Yeah, where y'all go? Miami. Or where'd I go? Some part of Florida. Or where you take the kids? Disney World is somewhere in Florida.
Right.
So if all those people that does that traveling, I think a lot of their money comes from tourism.
It does.
So a lot of people decide not to go to Florida for vacation. I think this will literally shut Florida down.
Of course.
Because from my understanding, since he's having this big impact against all the illegals and people coming over from the border, like the Haitians and the Mexicans and all that, those are the ones who pretty much keep that little state going with the building and all of, they have those hurricanes, they go back in there and rebuild those homes and stuff.
Yeah.
So how many black people you see out there building homes?
Not very many.
So
now.
they're going to have hurricane season and tornado season every year. So if he decides to keep this same narrative that he's speaking, and these people be like, you know what, I ain't got to sit here, I can go and move out the state. Who's going to go out there and build them homes?
Good point.
Right.
Good point.
So I think eventually when he starts seeing the economic benefit of his narrative that he's spilling, maybe he'll be like, you know what, I think I need to wake up. Because what I'm talking about is not working.
Yeah, because like I said, and I've been saying this, it should be true yourself, babe, that he is going full-blown white supremacist. Full-blown.
Yeah. Let me go back and correct myself. Let me eat my words like Miss Pac-Man.
Okay.
This Owens.
Oh, Lord.
I apologize that I even said her name. This is what she said about it. Candace Owens tell black people that white people didn't invent slavery. They ended it. That's what I heard that she said.
Hold on. I got to get you sound effects on that, man. Hold on.
Or ego-minded that she has said. That's what she said. They kind
WTF.
Yeah. She said they didn't invent it, they ended it. Yeah, you're right, they ended it, but look how they ended it, dum-dum.
No, they didn't really end it. They just renamed it.
Basically, you're right. Yes, you are so right.
They didn't end anything. They just renamed it.
I said, this girl right here, I don't understand
every
her
time she opens her
all.
mouth, something stupid comes out.
I don't get her. So let me eat those words I said about her. But I knew she had said something about slavery, but I thought it was more... I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, thinking she was more profound, and maybe she had crossed, or at least put her little baby toe on the don't want to be a coon line no more. But
no.
She's still on that side.
Oh no. She's riding that coon train to the hill.
She done built that house over there
for sure, man. She got her a permanent seat on the coon train. You already know.
So shout out to her because she's just I don't know, this girl's weird.
She's stupid, man. But anyway, go ahead, babe. What is
next
she,
story?
what
but yeah, shout out to like I said, I hope the other Divine Nine would do that and hit them economic. Like Florida, I said Florida's a good state. I don't say nothing bad about Florida. I've personally never been, but now they talking about don't visit, you might not come home, don't do this, don't do this. I'm not even interested in going.
I've been, but it was years and years ago. It's been a few decades since I've been, but I didn't really do too much of anything except go to the beach. That's it. But for the most part,
would you go down there to the naked beach? No,
I didn't. No, I didn't. Thank you very much. I didn't, baby. I promise. But anyway, yeah, I was. It's a tourist. It's a tourist trap.
It is. Basically. That's where they make all their money.
Yeah, that's where they get the most of their money. That's where most of their economy comes from because they got Cape Canaveral there. That's where I went. I went to go visit Cape Canaveral. That's a space center there. That it was pretty cool. It was all right. But anyway, that's where most of their money come from. And if people stop going there, that would hit them and that would definitely cripple their economy.
Absolutely. Moving on. Now this story right here, I read this story and watched the video. This is so sad to me.
What happened?
Quote unquote, he didn't deserve that. Memphis teen was beaten unconscious by customer over Cheddar's table seating. I saw the video. I saw the young man. He gave a little interview, but he didn't want his face shown.
Right.
First of all, he's 17 years old. He was working as a host at the Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen in Memphis, Germantown, Memphis. Now, you and I have eaten at Cheddar's before.
Yeah, we like
Cheddar's. It's supposed to be kind of like down-home cooking food.
Yeah, we like Cheddar's.
Every time we go in person, we stop going in person. We just start ordering and picking it up. Because every time we go in person, there's damn near a 30 to 45-minute wait.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is pretty much what this young man told this table of 8 people. But to sit them, eventually when they got a table, they couldn't sit together. So he ended up sitting them separately. And so I guess they didn't like what he did, and they commenced to whooping this one young man's head. 4 of the people that they have caught was all related. 3 women and a man. The young man kicked the little boy in the head from the back. He kicked him from the back, and which made him hit his head into the brick wall. And then one of the other ladies started hitting him in his face and all that, mess up his eye. So they interviewed his mother, and she had to walk in of her son laying on the floor right in the front of when you walk into Cheddar's, because the ambulance got him there. They got him hooked up with all these IVs and these blood pressure cuffs and all that, and his face is just bloody.
Let me ask you this. What color were they?
Okay, this is what's so sad to me, because this young man was black, and so were the people who were eating. Now, my thing is, most times, especially when it's damn near on the weekend, and this was a weekend, it was a Sunday, most restaurants are crowded. I don't care what time of day you go. They're a majority crowd, especially on the weekend, because people are out enjoying the time off from work with their families, girlfriends, having birthday girlfriends, having early lunch day with whoever. You probably I have never known too many people that can walk into a restaurant and just be completely seated. And when that young man told them 45 minutes to an hour wait, why you didn't go somewhere else? Why didn't you go somewhere? Why would you even take this? This not that young man wait because of the wait, and he's trying to sit you down. And if he did split you up, he said he explained that to them. So what part did y'all not get? That y'all make now? First of all, these are grown, excuse my language, ass people. Right. Most of them was in their 30s, pushing 40s. This is a 17. He looks younger than 17, but he was 17 years old. Okay. So this is considered, to me, black on black crime.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. It's like my wife said. We've gone to Cheddar's on several occasions, and the wait was pretty long. Mm-hmm. Now, I remember on one occasion we waited because we just sit down and talked in the waiting area until we would see it. I think it was like a 45-minute wait or some shit like that. We just sit down and talk. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, the other times that we've gone to Cheddar's and there was a long wait, we went someplace else. Yeah. It's that simple. You turn around, you go someplace else.
And then we just got to the point we just start ordering online. But so this is the thing that got me. Okay, one of the girls, he explained to them, okay, we don't have a table right now that'll sit 8 people. Yeah. And so when he did seat them, they had to be maybe like 4 here and 4 here. Right. She didn't like that, so she came back and said that I don't like the table. Can we get a bigger table? And he said, okay, to try to get you a bigger table, it's still going to be a couple of more minutes, to get a bigger table. However, the group came back and demanded a larger table again, and then the young man told them, it's going to be a wait. And so I guess they like for him sending it away, so they just started whooping him. That part right there, I don't understand. If he's telling, it's not like he's giving you attitude. He's just telling you it's Sunday. We're busy. There's going to be a wait because you have a large party. When you have a large party like that, they have to put 2 or 3 tables together. So if the restaurant is full of people, what do you want to do? Get them people up so they can put y'all 2 or 3 tables together to accommodate you 8 people?
Let me ask you this, baby. Mm-hmm. Now, how many times have we gone to restaurants after church? Mm-hmm. And the restaurants are packed?
You know what I'm saying? It's especially on the weekend. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. Mm-hmm. And after church, well, let me just say this real quick. Let me paint the picture for the people out there that's listening. My wife and I, when we go to church, after church, we go someplace to eat. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, we go eat Mexican, thanks to my wife.
Yeah, yep.
Anyway, but
can't never go wrong, honey.
Anyway, and sometimes we go someplace like we'll go someplace like Outback, Cheddar's. What's another spot we go to?
Next Sunday we went to Papados,
Olive
Garden, Red Lobster,
wherever,
Black Eyed Peas,
wherever. Mm-hmm. And the times that we have gone there and we saw it was packed, we turned around and went someplace else.
Either we just thought we were going to wait. They say 10-15 minutes we'll wait. Then when you get in there, it don't really be 10-15 minutes.
Right. It's like more like 5, right? If that.
It could be longer sometimes too.
And sometimes it's longer. It just
they
depends.
tell you that to get you in there,
Right.
And then you sit and you be like, well, we already done waited this long. Might as well sit a little longer.
Pretty much, yeah.
How you play the game.
Yeah, pretty much. But for the most part, if it's packed to where it's like a 45 or more minute wait, we turn around and go someplace else. It's that simple, black people.
I'm not gonna go in there. You need to get us a table now and get some of these people. Oh no.
That's stupid. That's stupid. Who the hell are you? Do you own the restaurant? Oh, you don't. Shut the fuck up then.
But I did see the mother. She was shocked because she came up there and saw her son and everything, and she said she hadn't really heard from Cheddar's management team, but when she did hear from the corporate office, they offered her some food.
Hold on.
WTF?
She said the corporate office finally called me, and the only thing they asked me, do we need any food? She said, I don't need any food. I want justice for my son.
That's it.
Amen.
That's it.
That's just, what they did, what them people did to that young man is just disrespectful and disgusting. I'm sorry. I have no other words to say. And they're cowards too, because you're grown ass people and you're picking on a teenager.
Well, see, all of them jumped him. That's the sad part about it. So they're really cowards. Because they all jumped him because they didn't get what they wanted.
It was a man. I don't get that. I don't
understand that, man.
Moving up, but justice to this young man. I hope he recovers from his injuries.
No doubt.
And he and his mother get the financial justice.
No doubt.
That they need. I'm not trying to say Cheddar's is responsible, but I hope to get it from these 8 people or the 4 people that they caught. Something that Cheddar's would try to rectify the situation.
I don't think that Cheddar's would be responsible in this situation, because if they were Cheddar employees, I would say yes.
Okay.
But if these were patrons of the restaurant, so the people that were actually doing the beating were actually responsible.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because the Cheddar's didn't ask him to do that.
Well, everybody else sue them, honey. Sue all 4 of them.
Sue the people that did it. Sue them motherfuckers. I would.
Yeah, but that's just wrong. He did not.
And press charges against every single last one of them.
Absolutely.
I would.
Absolutely.
But that's just me.
I agree.
Moving right along, baby. What else you got?
Now, this right here just tickled my little spirit, and also made me raise my eyebrow to make you wonder, if he lied about this, what else has he lied about? Quote unquote, what we have always known to be true. Rudy Giuliani admits now he lied about black Georgia election workers stealing votes during the 2020 presidential election. And guess what? He faces a full FULL disbarment. Wow! Giuliani, he's always been considered one of the great political figures in New York, especially when 9/11 hit, blah, 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 blah. And then, I don't know, somewhere along the line, he lost his mind and he became really, really good. Well, I guess he must have been good buddies with Trump anyway.
He was.
And then when Trump ran for election, for some reason, he became part of his political party.
Yeah.
And then he realized his mind when he was up there on the stage trying to convince us that, the votes are stolen, vote for Trump. Trump is the best place. And all of a sudden, this black stuff started trickling down the side of his face. I think that was his black heart bleeding. But now he's finally come out. And it's kind of funny how now Trump is getting indicted for all these different charges. A lot of his quote-unquote homeboys are either going to jail
or throwing him under the bus. Yeah, buddy.
Well, let's say under the rug. His hair, ha, 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 ha. But it's just kind of sad that you're taking this to the extreme that now you're admitting you are maybe becoming disbarred, and you was considered one of the top lawyers, if not in New York City, in the world.
Well, here's the thing about Giuliani. Giuliani is responsible. When he wasn't he like mayor of New York City at one point? He was the one that put out that stop and frisk law in New York. Okay, which had a whole bunch of black people getting arrested for no reason whatsoever. They were just stopping black people at random intervals.
Hey, come here. You black.
Yeah, exactly. Get in the car. You black, get in the car.
Turn around.
Put your hands behind your back. And he was the cause of a lot of black folks getting arrested and stuff like that for no reason whatsoever. And so he was showing his true colors then, what he was all about. And so with him, and now, since you got all these rats on this ship, and the ship is starting to sink, what do rats do when the ship starts to sink? They start to run out, right? So that's what's getting ready to happen right now.
Like roaches when the lights come on.
Come on, say that again. But anyway, so now that he's in trouble in hot water, he's throwing everybody under the bus. He's throwing Trump under the bus. I mean, you know, that, just like you said in the beginning of that story, we've been knowing that. We knew he was lying about that crap. But now that everything is going south, now he's going to tell it? Come on, man. We've been knowing that, bruh.
But the two Georgia election workers that he mostly, you know, took blame for, of course, they were some black women.
Of course.
Shay Moss and her mother, Ruby Freeman. And I saw that. Miss Freeman is so cute, adorable.
I remember that.
I hope, this is just me speaking, her melanated thought, I hope they sue the hell out of him.
I agree.
And I hope they get every snitch of dime that he has.
Oh, yeah. And
that they get some kind of justice, because this man... When I tell you he said every negative word except for calling them a nigga, he could.
Of course. I know it.
He damn near slipped and called him a black bitch. Well, I thought, did he say it? Sure did sound like it. Yeah, he talked so bad.
Oh, he talked real reckless.
About these two people.
He was talking real reckless.
And
I remember that.
now I'm going to find out he was lying.
Oh, yeah, lied the whole time. We've been knowing that, though. We've been knowing that. We've been knowing that. But anyway.
You know, it's all falling apart. And I think the only reason why, this is me talking, Mimi, I think the reason why he did this and wrote this long ass letter explaining what happened, what didn't happen. He thought he was doing the right thing, blah blah blah. He really thought it was true. He was listening to his commander, which was Trump. Boy, please, you just wrote this letter so you won't go to jail, get your booty ate out. Oh, sorry, not ate out. Get your booty toe out. Because I'm pretty sure some of those black men that you did with that arrest, they're still in there, and they gonna get you.
Oh, man, yeah, they waiting. They got the Vaseline ready.
It just espoused my little bitty brain that when the roaches come out, the lights come on, y'all all of a sudden it's like, what was we listening to the other day? I said, why he write that letter? Dear Eminem song, how he started off, Dear song.
Talking about Stan.
Yeah, Dear Stan. That's how he talking about, Dear America. I only did this because I thought I was doing the right thing for President Trump at the time. That's why he wrote that letter.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't write that letter, and if she wasn't coming to fact, he probably did because he knew eventually, because Trump is pretty much singing on everybody.
Oh, yeah, Trump telling him.
And he probably thought he was trying to beat Trump to the punch.
Trump is saying, if I'm going down, I ain't going to be the only one to go down. Right, exactly. That's what he's doing. It's scorched earth for Trump. It's scorched earth. That's exactly what this is, scorched earth.
So shout out to that mother and daughter team. Like I said, I hope they get everything they need, because especially he just only did, he damaged their character.
Pretty much,
you know, because people could be like, well, did they do that?
Right, people look at them cockeyed right now.
Yeah, right. And in the essence, or in reality, they was wholeheartedly innocent.
They were innocent. They didn't do anything.
And, you know, people believe, you know, the others.
Of course.
Before they believe us.
Oh, no doubt about it.
In a red-eye minute second.
Oh, come on,
And I
man.
hate that.
Me
and they
too.
were just doing the right thing for Georgia and avoid, you know, all the chaos they had about voting.
Right.
And now the truth has come out. So I just hope everything... Yeah, you know what I really wish he'll do? I really wish he'll be a big man. Even though he wrote this letter to Congress and all that, he'll personally go on camera the same way he was disparaging their name. He'll apologize.
I can't really see him doing that.
I hope he does. I think that'll make it be somehow a little correction on his part.
I can't see him doing that.
You don't think so?
I really can't.
Somebody
see him
needs to start writing the wrong. I mean, writing the right now, because y'all just can't keep writing wrong.
I would agree with you on that.
And then when they comment that you're wrong, you don't want to say nothing. But when you up here talking, you blah blah blah. They did this and they did this and they did, and they just wrong. They you know, you have so much to say when you're lying about somebody, but when they come out you're lying, you're quiet as a church mouse.
I agree with you on that.
That's not fair.
I agree with you on that.
Now these people got to walk around. Hopefully now they won't. But you don't know how long they probably went through this stigma over their head.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I agree.
But I hope y'all get the justice y'all need, because y'all really deserve it.
I agree.
Now this story right here is so sickening. We kind of alluded to this story a little bit last week, where we was talking about how the black man was in his house and the white lady just walked in there, and the man was like, "What you doing in here? This is not your, this is my house." Quote unquote, "I don't even know you." An Alabama woman allegedly shot in the face in random attack after pulling up behind a vehicle at a stop sign. Now, yeah, I read this story, and activist, I think that's how you say her name, McLeod, and her fiance Ronnie T alleges that McLeod was shot in the face by a 36-year-old Rebecca Armstrong at a stop sign. According to the report, they were sitting at the light and someone else blew that horn, and so I guess Miss Rebecca thought it was Miss McLeod and got out of her car and started, knocking on the woman's window, and they were going back and forth. She'll start shooting the woman, shot her in the face, and then it started rambling, shooting her car as well. But then when the story came out, all her friends and family say, no, that's not who Rebecca is. I think it has to be the other way around. They must have did something wrong. She was just trying to protect herself. But exactly. So I'm like, how was she trying to protect herself? Now, is she in the hospital with a bullet in her face?
Hell no, she ain't.
So how's she protecting herself?
She wasn't.
So I just hate that they have to twist the narrative to make it seem like it's always us who do something wrong. But I'm sitting up here bleeding with scars and holes in my face from getting shot, and my thumb messed up trying to protect myself, and scars on my wrist from trying to protect myself, defense scars on my wrist. But you just walk around here like, she did it.
Here's the deal.
Come on now.
Here's the deal. I have a cousin. Name is Tip. We call him Tip. Tip and his girlfriend were taking this lady home because the lady was walking down the street because I think her boyfriend had kicked her out the car or whatever. And so they were taking this lady home. They took the lady home and dropped her off at home. Her boyfriend comes out and started popping shots. Tip took one in the eye. Of course, you already know that Tip lost his eye because of that shot.
Can't get saved. You wasn't able to say, yeah.
Right. So, and I asked Tip personally. I said, Tip, what's up, man? Because I asked him. I said, I bet you never trust white folks again. And before I said that, I didn't realize that Tip's girlfriend was white. I didn't realize that. And he kind of like chuckled and said, "Yeah, you remember my girlfriend is white." I said, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that, bro. Sorry about that." But the reason why, Tip filed charges against him, but I don't think anything happened to him, to that guy that got arrested, to that guy that shot him. Yeah, because he actually shot inside Tip's car. He actually shot inside Tip's car. I have to ask my cousin Dexter. He was on the show before. It's his brother. I have to ask Dex, what happened to Tip.
Man, that's crazy. Here he is just trying to do a good deed.
Yeah, took the woman home.
He lost an eye.
Yeah.
And didn't even get no justice
no compensation for nothing.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Not at all.
See, that's what I said. It just don't want to help nobody no more. Don't want to be a good Samaritan these days because people, you just don't know what people's mindset is. But what about this story that I like is that her boyfriend flipped that narrative, let people know, no, that lady is lying. That's not how it was. When she walked back there and saw that Octavius was a black woman, he said, I think it became a black and white thing.
That's what it was.
Racially motivated.
That's what it was, my cousin.
And she just started thinking, I got to make America great again.
Oh,
and just started shooting in the car. It's just sick. It's just sick that people can just look, like I said last week, look at the color of your skin thinking, I'm better than you and I'm going to treat you less than. No, you finna take this L, and I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure you feel my wrath, because that's not fair to her. I'm sitting in the hospital holding my face, and you just walk around looking like, I was just trying to defend myself. Defend yourself how? You got out your car and shot into my car.
Now, I could see her defending herself if Sister Girl pulled a gun on
right,
her.
walked up to her car and started shooting herself.
I can see that. That'd be
her.
self-defense.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Nah, man, come on.
Like,
That's a bunch of bullshit. Come on.
And the way they come with lies so fast, it's astounding. It's astounding how they can come with a lie and flip the narrative, making you thinking that they're the one that's in the right. No, all along they're wrong.
Oh, they'll do that. White folks like to have both sides of the argument, so that way, no matter who wins, they do.
Not in this. No. This is a story I would like for you to. I'm gonna read the story, but you can take the lead on it, because I know this is one of your favorite topics. Attorneys reveal bombshell development in alleged FBI conspiracy to assassinate Malcolm X. Yeah.
Well, for those of you who have been living under a rock for the past 30, 40 years, El-Haj Malik El-Shabazz, a.k.a. Minister Malcolm X, a.k.a. Malcolm Little, was assassinated in the Audubon Ballroom in 1964. Or 65. Was it 65? I think it was 65. Anyway.
1965.
1965.
February 16, 1965.
Okay. So, and there were people that were saying that the Nation of Islam had him killed. There were people that were
February 21st.
Yeah, February 21st, 1965. Yeah. Okay. There were people that were saying that the Nation of Islam had him killed. What were the ones that killed him? There were people that were saying that the FBI had him killed, which that's the one that I believe. And they also think that the New York City Police Department has something to do with it. Mm-hmm. Now, let's speed up a few decades. There have been rumors of the actual killer of Malcolm X living right in New York and he lived, I think he's still alive. Mm-hmm. Now, people have already known that J. Edgar Hoover put the hit out on Malcolm. That has been revealed by several people. Okay, the Nation of Islam had nothing to do with the death of Malcolm X because the people that were close to Brother Elijah Muhammad said that once he heard the news of Malcolm getting killed, he stayed in his room for 3 days and cried and did not come out because Malcolm was like a son to him.
I was say he pretty much molded him and shaped him.
Because of Elijah Muhammad. If there was no Elijah Muhammad, there would be no Malcolm. Plain and simple. So anyway, so this guy right here. So now it's just not starting to come out. This new evidence is starting to come out that the New York City Police Department and the FBI/CIA or whatever organization has something to do with it had actually killed Malcolm X. So that's something we've always known. So let me give y'all this. We've been knowing that. That's nothing new.
But the two men they accused of killing him, Khalil Islam and Muhammad A. Aziz, they spent 20 years in prison
for something they didn't even do. They were used as patsies. They were used as patsies. They were used as patsies. Plain and simple.
But I must admit, I mean, I don't know how this is, but Aziz and Islam estate won $36 million awarded against the state of New York after the judgment ruled that the FBI and New York Police Department withheld evidence from their attorney. And of course, you know, you didn't mention it, but your boy Crump was part of this.
Oh yeah. I give credit where credit's due. I give credit where credit's. I'm not a Benjamin Crump fan by any stretch of the imagination. My wife can tell you this, but that's a good thing, Ben. I give you some props on that. I give you props on that.
Benjamin Crump joined attorneys and the family of Malcolm X in a news conference to discuss the bombshell development in the alleged assassination conspiracy of Malcolm X. A key witness will be speaking out for the first time. 30-some years, they just not having somebody speak out.
Man, yeah.
Is this not another story that Rudy Giuliani, why is he speaking out now? I wonder what happened. Did you read anything about that? Why he's speaking out now, there's really not very much information on that because I looked it up. Yeah, because Crump said he introduced, it was an 84-year-old Mustafa Hassan who felt at the time that they never even interviewed him about this investigation.
He was there.
Right, and then he was just scared to speak out about it.
Yeah.
But I wonder what made him speak out now. I guess he felt like, well, I'm 84, I might not have that much, like I might as well tell the truth.
Right.
God, that's crazy.
It's the same deal with the guy. If you remember the story that we did a while back about the guy that wrote the confession letter about who really killed Malcolm. Remember that? Yeah. And he wrote that literally on his deathbed.
Kind of like that lady too that did the Emmett Till. She eventually.
You can tell he was human.
Right. He just so disfigured. And can you believe a mother going there? She want the world to see. She didn't even want to have a closed case.
No, she said, "I want the world to see what they did to my baby." And that takes balls right there.
It
does.
Know,
it really does. That takes guts.
Right.
I got nothing but respect for that.
Absolutely. But good looking out. I hope the two families get it, and I hopefully Malcolm X family. I mean, I know they probably find some kind of peace, but they can get full closure.
Right, exactly.
Now to know that their own Muslim family didn't have nothing to do with their father.
No. Yeah.
Being taken away from them at such an early age.
Right.
Okay, Wisconsin man who slashed black woman's tires and told her to, quote, "get out of my neighborhood," end quote, has been sentenced to 30 funky ass months in federal prison. Well, at least he getting fair time.
Well,
which just ain't nothing but 2.5 years, but
30.
But that's not even long enough because he looks like He looks weird. The picture that they show. How you gonna tell somebody to get somewhere? Did you build this street?
Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal with that. Now, I think my wife is kind of dreading us getting a house, because if a white supremacist came into my house, I might act a damn fool.
It just depends on the area.
Right.
That's why I said we not going to Forney. Because we went to Forney and that whole street had Confederate hat flowers in every house. I said, well, this not the area for us. Because he going to have all kind of red, black, and green flags around this house. No, we're not going. I mean, see, I'm not trying to put Forney on blast, but that time when I went to Forney,
check this out, y'all.
That's what they had up,
and that's the reason why I love this woman so much, because she knows me. She knows exactly what I would do. Before she knows that. Blast and Fight the Power by Public Enemy, the whole nine.
What's that group you heard us listen to? We went out of town that time.
The Last Poets.
The Last Poets, straight out the garage door every day. Every day he come home, garage door, go a big old speaker. I be like, oh Lord, the Last Poets again. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a punk about mine, but I'm not trying to entice nobody either.
Yeah. She knows me too well.
To set my house on fire, but I think because he is a little petty, and I think this would have just made his day.
I'm more than just a little bit petty.
I'm trying to be nice. When I mean little, I mean he's 99.9%. He ain't got that 1% yet, so he's 99.9% petty.
I'm working on the 0.1%.
You're trying to be 100% petty. But yeah, I don't understand people how they do stuff like this and put their hands on your items and feel like they can do whatever they want to you, because they don't like the way you look and taking away your civil rights. Because
you remember,
I think there's a law out now, or it has been a law now, that you can pretty much, now I do understand there are still some sundown towns, and there are some towns you better not be caught living in, but you just can't do that everywhere now. Come on.
You remember,
everywhere, because you got an issue.
You remember one of my favorite performances from Sidney Poitier and Ruby Dee, Raised in the Sun. When they moved into that white neighborhood, what did the white neighbors do? They came over there and said, you need to move out of this neighborhood. And what did they do?
Stay.
Exactly.
But that, you know how strong your conviction have to be to stay?
Oh, yeah.
You don't know if you're going to wake up the next morning. You don't know you come from work and your house going to still be burning.
Yeah, they
you don't
might
know.
Firebomb your house or some shit like that. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. But, and my wife can tell you this, me being me, I probably would have stayed. But that's just me. Because like my wife said, I'm a little bit petty.
Well, like I said, I'm not no punk, but then again, it's like you're torn because you're torn because you like, do I stay and put myself in harm's way? These people pretty much told me what they gonna do to me.
Yeah.
Or do you stand in your strong conviction as a solid black foundation and let them know that my ancestors fought, bled, and shed tears, so I can be having this opportunity to go and be wherever I want to be. You know, it's like it's a catch-22
situation, right?
Really
damn if you do, damn if you don't. So yeah, you're absolutely right, babe. I mean, you know, me personally, you already know what I would do.
Oh yeah.
But I gotta think about my wife as well. So I'm
kind of, I would be your mom, your
right,
sister.
Precisely. I gotta think about all of that. Yeah, I gotta think about all those things.
You know, they'll probably be proud of you.
Oh yeah,
because you stood strong in your conviction.
Oh yeah, but
then to lose your life on the hand because somebody don't like the color of your skin.
Oh yeah,
or your rhetoric as a black person. That's crazy.
I can tell you right now, X and Jerry Martin didn't raise no punk. I'm gonna tell you that right off the bat.
Absolutely.
So you know, but you know.
Well, here's another story. All these next stories kind of go hand in hand. It's other people are doing something to us because they don't like something about us.
Okay.
Quote unquote, we are disgusted. Atlanta suburb residents outraged after waking to flyers with slogans "Secure a White Future" thrown in their driveway. Yeah. And what's so funny? It's not funny, but whoever made this is so dumb. The slogan read "Secure a white future and have more white babies." They put this in Ziploc bags which contain corn kernels. What the hell is the corn kernel for? So I can pop me some popcorn while I read your disgusting letter? Read your disgusting flyer? I don't know what people's mindset. I just wish somebody could just tell me, what were they thinking when they made this?
When I read that story, I said, man, come on, we gotta talk about this one. I read that story, and I was at work when I read this story. And I'm looking at this now. I have a friend of mine. Well, he's not a friend; he's a coworker. A coworker named Joe. And I'm sitting up here shaking my head, and Joe came and said, "Hey, Reg, what's up?" And I showed him the story. Now, this is a white guy that said this. Now, a white guy said this. He said, "That's bullshit. That's pathetic. That's pathetic. That's flat out pathetic."
Sick.
Now, this is a white guy that said this shit.
What's the motive?
I don't know.
I don't get it. Well, we had a story. I don't have it in my MTV news file, but I did see on the news here locally in Arlington the other day, people was waking up and had swat stickers.
Oh, I heard about that.
And racially motivated words spray paint on their cars.
Yeah.
God, my car white too. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, depending on what neighborhood we live in, my wife doesn't want to live in a predominantly black neighborhood, but me personally, I do. But
I mean, it don't matter if it is predominantly black. It just, I don't know how it will go. Like, when we leave, will somebody come in after us? I mean, I know we got cameras. We're going to have all the protection.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
But, I don't know. For some reason, a lot of times we, as black people, we have that crab in the barrel mentality.
I agree.
And they see you have something a little bit bigger, and they go, I don't think they need to. Let me go get that.
No, I get it. I understand that part.
Hateful,
I understand that part, but you really can't live in fear of your own people. I mean, that's my whole point.
I don't know.
I mean, that's kind of where I'm getting at right there. But if anything, white folks can rip you off too.
True, you're right.
I can say that too. I can say that. I know that from experience. They can rip you off too. But anyway.
But the thought that some of your own would do it, I think that's where my headspace would be.
Right.
My own kind would come here and rip me off here. I'm struggling just like you are.
Yeah.
I think that's the part that get me.
Right. I get it. I understand.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. Like I said, these story next door all go hand in hand. Quote, now you know how we are perceived, end quote. An Asian woman told police, quote, you're treating me like a colored person, end quote, while being arrested for reckless driving. Now they just start using us as scapegoats.
Here's the deal.
I just okay.
Okay.
A body camera footage of a Florida woman who compared herself to a black kid on a bike as she was being arrested. OMG. It was reported that she was going 60 miles per hour as she approached several streets that were blocked off because they was having like a 5K race in this area with over 3,000 people standing by. You zooming in, not zooming, but she's
going that fast,
60
come on, man. Come
per
on,
hour in a blocked off area. And then when the police caught up to her, you're gonna try to say that you've been compared to being black.
Okay,
you're treating me like a colored person. She didn't even say black, she said colored.
Here's the thing.
Lord have mercy.
Here's the thing. Now, you know for a fact that Asians practice anti-black racism all the time because they're trying to fit in with the white folks. And I have told several Asian people that just because you're under the illusion of inclusion doesn't mean that you're included inside their circle. You might eat with them, you might fuck a few of them, but other than that, you're just you ain't nothing but a slanty-eyed weirdo to them. They don't care. They don't give a fuck about you. And they will arrest you just as quick as they will arrest me. Case in point. That's why I put this story out. Just so Asians will know, hello, Asians. We don't hate you. It's those other people that hate you.
You know how much of my money they get to do my nails?
Oh, come on, man.
I know that's not funny. I was like, I don't hate you, girl. You got my nails popping. I got so many comments on my nails this weekend.
Hell yeah.
But now, seriously, let me read what she said, though. This is kind of crazy. When they saw her car buzzing down these streets during this busy time of the day, several police officers was trying to approach her to ask her to stop and slow down. So they eventually got to Miss Morgan. She said, stepped out her car yelling. They didn't pull her out, drag her out, or anything. She stepped out of her own car. It's freaking Thanksgiving. I just had a divorce and my fucking daughter is not with me. She said, what the fuck is this? I am trying to get home. Not one time did I read they slammed her to the ground. I did not hear them call her out her name, punch her in the face, or anything.
Yeah.
And then she busts out saying, what am I, some black kid on the bike who's in the wrong neighborhood? So she was using all the narratives for black people.
Oh, man, come on.
At least you know her.
I bet you know what you are now.
Then the officer replied, that's ridiculous. And then she replied, no, you're definitely treating me like a colored person. And slammed her door, got back in the car, and was able to go home without any hurt, harm, or danger.
That's one of us.
That's what I'm saying. She wasn't slammed to the ground. She wasn't tased. She wasn't shot. I don't even think they gave her a ticket.
Oh, man, come on. Let one of us try some shit like that, man. We get filled full of holes. You and me both know that.
Yes, ma'am.
What else you got, baby?
Next story. Like I said, all these stories can roll together. Quote, hope. Those good old KKK boys give you Old Town Southern justice.
Oh.
End quote. A Georgia mayor requests protection after receiving racist email threatening voicemail. Now, this story was a little crazy to me. I'm going to have to read some of the bullet points about it.
All right.
The mayor of the city of South Fulton in the metropolitan Atlanta area is demanding an investigation to recent racist emails and threatening voicemails he repeatedly has received following his arrest. He got arrested in early July. Khalid Kama was arrested on July 8th for trespassing on someone else's property. Right, after he alleged he thought the property was for sale.
Right.
Since the incident, he's been receiving all kind of racist and threatening email. Excuse me? So now, many times I be getting out my car looking at the houses for sale. You mean tell me I can get some hate mail? Something about this story don't sound right. I don't know.
Yeah.
It don't sound right.
Yeah, I agree with you. I got too many questions.
In one of the letters he said, hey, you ugly black bitch, you got caught breaking into a house, didn't you? I hope some of those good old KKK boys give you some of that, give you some of that old time Southern justice.
Wow.
I'll throw a party when I read about it. That was one of the emails read. I will throw a party when I read about them, give you some of that old KKK Southern justice. What is Southern justice? Hanging?
That's exactly it.
Putting a cross in my yard?
That's exactly it.
Oh my God.
That's what they're talking about. That's exactly what they're talking about.
And then here's another email. The majority of Americans don't care for blacks. I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I'm not cutting any of you slack, catching y'all committing crimes, putting your trash out of your misery. Pretty fucking ridiculous that you a bunch of niggas can't stop breaking the law. Get with it. Now, the man said he was looking at a house he thought. Why would these type of emails be warranted for that if he thought he was looking at a property that was for sale? Man. You know how I would feel if I said, babe, I found this house over here. The next thing you know, my email talking about, you fat black nigga, what were you doing on this street looking at these houses? I'll be like, what?
That's my question.
Just trying to look at a house.
My question. That's my question right there. How did he get his email address?
Mm-hmm. Well, he's the mayor.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Okay, I can see that. I see that. Well,
that
damn.
Is crazy. This story don't make sense. You mean tell me these people just read that this man was arrested now for assuming trespassing on someone's property because he thought the property was for sale.
Okay.
So from that little rhetoric alone, I supposed to get these kind of emails?
Man, come on. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's some bullshit.
I think people got so much going on in their lives.
That's some bullshit.
And this is the way they relax, relate, release. I really do, because if you have to either sit down at your laptop or either on your phone. I know you can send emails from you, but you took the time to put your thumb to letter and type this crap out and then hit send.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
How many more you got, babe?
I got a lot more. Here's another one. Now, this one right here, I don't understand this one at all, even though this is across the pond.
Okay.
What the hell? Black mother wrongfully accused of not paying bus fare, handcuffed in front of her children. Now, this story to me falls under my favorite word, empathy. if she did not pay the fare, you see her there with her children, she probably couldn't afford it. But the lady said she did pay the fare, but they just thought that she did not pay the fare and handcuff her in front of her children. Come on. The kids go through enough already. Why we got to traumatize them any more than that?
Obviously, they don't care.
Good Lord, I'm surprised too. I'm like, damn. What? They doing that in London?
Oh, man. Hey, come on.
So it's just not us, huh?
Nah.
I guess all blacks.
No, I'm telling you, it's everywhere.
I guess all blacks is
White supremacy is worldwide.
They giving it to us, huh? They don't care.
No
We
time,
don't care where you are. You black, you getting it.
Exactly. White supremacy is worldwide. Thought you know.
And then here's another one too. They are destroying everything that has been given to us. A new highway will split historically black community in South Carolina. It's going to demolish some of the ancestral homes. now, and you know why they doing it? So people can have a quicker cutoff from the highway to get to the beach. Now it has been, I read the story, it has been a solid community since the early 19th century. This was a historically black neighborhood. So it's not like it just came up that it was. This has been on the books for many, many years. But y'all gonna split this community up so y'all get quicker to the beach. So forget that these are antiques and ancestral homes of black people.
Oh, they don't care.
I see. I guess that freeway is more important.
Yeah. You just answered your own question. See, what's going to happen is this right here. I know you've heard the term eminent domain, right? Mm-hmm. That's where they take, for those of you who don't know, that's when they take land just because they want to take it.
That's sad.
So to do whatever they want to do with it. Okay, this has been happening to black neighborhoods all over the nation since day one. They're called eminent domain. Case in point, one of the oldest black neighborhoods that they did this, one of the earlier black neighborhoods, I should say, that they did this to was the Central Park area in New York. Mm-hmm. That was a black community. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
So they took that and they called eminent domain and made a park out of it.
A park. I mean, which is a very known
Central
park now. Very known park, but still, the essence of it, what it was before, that wasn't important at all.
They didn't care. They did not care. They called eminent domain and took that property, and that's what's going to happen to this black neighborhood. Remember the book you read, The Color of Law? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
pretty much to the T.
Exactly.
To the T.
Yeah, redlining.
Well, here's another story. I know you guys have heard about it. It happened, I think, last year, but it's been brought up in the news recently because the mother has just now decided to file charges. But a black mother was punched in the face while holding her baby during a traffic stop. Oh, yeah. She's now suing the Los Angeles Sheriff Department. Now, of course, So now, of course, I got this story from my good old boy, Roland Martin. Shout out to Roland Martin. I saw the video. She was begging and pleading to her baby. I think her baby was like 3. She kept saying, I think she said 3 weeks old.
Yeah, the baby was young. The baby was little.
Like, good Lord, why you hold him in your arms like that? But then again, I can understand the babies wasn't in a car seat. It was the other kids in the car too. Yeah. They weren't in the car seat, and she kept saying they had too many people in the car, so they took the car seats out and put them in the trunk. And the women held the children because they weren't going that far. Right. But in essence, the police caught them, pulled them over. They wanted her to let her baby go. She's like, no, I don't want to give my baby to nobody. One of the women that they had pulled out the car was sitting on the curb. She said, hand me the baby. She kept telling the police to hand her the baby. They never did. She didn't want to. So they ended up taking the baby out her arms. The baby almost fell. They grabbed him by his leg. It's just disgusting how they do it. So she said she was just so distraught, didn't know if she had any, for lack of better words, legs to stand on. So now she's just now suing the department for some kind of restitution. But that is sad. So why did you punch her? But they punched her in the face to make her to release her baby. That's okay.
Where's this at? What part of the country was this in?
Los Angeles.
Okay, LA. Mm-hmm. Well, we already know how the LAPD get down.
I mean, was she really wrong though?
No.
Because that was the narrative a lot of people put out there. She was wrong. She should just let the baby go. But no. I mean, she's a mother.
No, she's a mother.
She's protecting her 3-week-old baby.
The baby's 3 weeks old.
And she kept saying, I didn't put the baby in the seat because they're in the trunk. And like it wasn't nowhere around. They was in the trunk, but they had a lot of people in the car. Mm-hmm. I maybe, like I said, maybe I'm looking at this wrong. Maybe I'm not being sympathetic, but I don't think they need to punch her in her face to make her to release her baby.
I agree with you on that. That was not completely unnecessary. And of course, this was a black woman that did this too. Of course. And if this was a white woman, they would have never punched her in the face. No. Ever. Because we just saw a story where an Asian woman just refused to take a ticket and just got in her car and bounced.
Got in her car and drove all the way home.
Okay. Nothing happened to her. Mm-hmm. So the rules are different when it comes to us. It's always been like that. I keep telling people this, man. There's two sets of laws. The laws they have for us, the laws they have for them.
I don't want to do a couple of more because they're so related, but I want to talk about this story. Just give me your quick synopsis. I'm not going to go and I'm going to let you talk about it. All right. What do you feel about the Jason Aldean song, Try That in a Small Town, his song that's garnishing all this rhetoric about he don't know what he talking about? It's kind of coming off like, I guess they're trying to compare or trying to say something like it's the BLM movement or something. Right. What are your thoughts on that real quick synopsis on that?
Well, let me just say this real quick. We both grew up in small towns. Mm-hmm. Good and damn well there's more crime that goes on in a small town than in a big city.
That's why I was just telling my sister, I said, we got so much going on down home that we ain't got going on up here.
Exactly my point. That's exactly my point. Because I can tell you right now, Adabelle, Oklahoma is riddled with crime. I can tell you that right now. Teenage pregnancy is at an all-time high. Not to mention drug use is at an all-time high. Drug selling is at an all-time high. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, and that's a small town in Oklahoma. Right. And most small towns are like that. So, try that in a small town. Try what in a small town. There's more shit going on in a small town than in a big city. So, what's your point, bro?
This is what, like I said, I saw the video. And to me, it's like, he was just trying to tell you, I thought he was comparing to January 6th. I don't think he was comparing to BLM, because BLM didn't go in there trying to knock out. Well, they did not knock out. Well, let me take that back, because some of the BLM riots, people were looting. They were looting, even though they call themselves trying to march on behalf of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and most the of other young people
here's the thing about the looting, and this is what people don't understand about the looting. I agree with you on that, but here's the thing about the looting. Most of the people that were looting were white.
That's what this is one of the things. The reason why I brought this story, because y'all know I look at the View. Try to look at the View every day. And Whoopi Goldberg made a statement, and the leader of the BLM movement saying Whoopi Goldberg is wrong for her rhetoric of saying that it's the one and the same. It's not one and the same. No, because the BLM movement was a movement to protect black people against the justification of white men killing our young men and women. Mm-hmm. Now, what Jason Aldean was talking about, he was referring to January 6th, with this group of people, white people, went up there and stormed a national federal building. Right. Trying to get in there to destroy them, looking for people to hang people. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how the two coincide or how they relate.
They don't.
So I'm just thinking maybe this just something need to be spoke to or spoke about with Jason. I didn't see what he thought he was doing. I just took it out because what's so funny, in his video, he has a picture of the same background that was destroyed on January 6th is his background in the video. Well, and it's also the same background that was it Miley Cyrus or one of them, I'm sorry to say this, white girls having her video too, talk about don't come here talking like this, don't destroy something like that. So it's like, right. I don't understand what they're talking about.
I mean, this is one of those situations to where people need to ask questions. Mm-hmm. And
just don't assume.
Right, just don't assume that you know what you're talking about, because 9 times out of 10 you don't know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. So I think people just need to sit down with old boy and just ask him what he meant by that, because that's what I would do.
Exactly. Moving on. Now this one, I want to read this one because I know how you are about your books. Mm-hmm. A Texas. Texas plans to turn dozens of libraries in black and brown school districts to detention centers. Yeah. The one in particular, the largest public school district in Texas, is eliminating librarians' position and converting the libraries into discipline centers. That's going to be almost 28 schools they're going to do like that. And of course, the largest school district is where? Houston. I don't know how to feel about this, but I know how you have a love for books as well. Yeah. Like I said, I don't want nobody to lose their jobs, but are libraries really being occupied these days? So you can pretty much turn up everything on your phone or on your computer.
Here's the deal.
But I don't think they need to be turned into no detention centers.
That's what I was getting
either.
at. That's what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, now these very same people that are doing this BS will be the first to tell people that they need to read more. Some people don't really have the funds and the resources to go out and buy books. Okay, so what do? They go to the library to check. Some do. They go to the library, check the books out, bring the books back after a certain amount of time. Because I used to do that. Well, when I was a child, because my even though my mom was an avid reader, some of the books that I wanted to read, she didn't have them in her library, so I would go get them from there. And a long story short, I think this is a horrible idea. Why just the black neighborhoods? That's my question. Why just the black neighborhoods?
And personally, for me, this just another Florida. Texas is riding the coattail of Florida, just like the Clantons is trying to get rid of books by famous author that's been around for many, many years.
Yeah.
He's trying to pull them from the bookshelves because of CRT, which is critical race theory, or because they feel like it makes some other race feel guilty or saddened or embarrassed.
Right.
So I think this is the same thing Texas is trying to ride that coattail of Florida, and that's why they're thinking they're doing a good thing by turning this into. But how do you know we need that many disciplinary centers?
You don't. I mean, that's a bunch of crap. I mean, that's just like sticking a federal prison in the middle of Oak Cliff.
Why not turn those libraries into computer labs?
Centers. Yeah, thank you.
YMCA, WCA,
YWCA,
YWCA,
right?
Centers for kids to go learn, centers for people to go congregate and piggyback off each other and feed off each other.
You just set them out
and get together and get down on the floor and play jack. I want to play jack so bad. I was talking to my sister about this other day. Just go back to that.
You just said a mouthful right there.
I don't get that. They always look at the negative.
Make it a learning center. Making it a learning center would be perfect.
Right. But why you want to make it to a discipline center?
Because niggas need to be put in check. You know that.
Y'all just making little baby jails. This
pretty much.
Keep
that's
it 100.
Pretty much it. That's pretty much what they're doing.
100. You making baby jails for people under 18. Because there's a lot of people under 18 that are doing salacious crimes these days.
There are.
And they trying to find a way to put them because they can't charge them because it's something you do every day, end quote. 3 sisters turned their late mother's dream into reality after earning their doctorate degrees by the age of 30. Oh my God, I love this. Shout out to the Black Girl Magic for them honoring their late mother's request that all 3 of them receive their doctorate degrees in different areas of academics. So shout out to these sisters. I'm just so proud my chest is big because all 3 got a doctorate. That is so amazing. I bet their mom is so happy.
Let me say this real quick. I want to piggyback off of that. For those of you who don't know, the woman that I chose as my wife, Miss, can I say your full name?
No.
Miss Mimi the lady. Okay. This woman is degreed all to be damned.
I know people don't think I do because the way I talk and my twang, but hey, trust the narrative, honor.
She got 3 of them.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
She got 3 of them, man.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, she got 3 of them, and I know why she has 3 of them because she's very intelligent.
Thank you, honey.
You're welcome, babe. But anyway, she has 3 of them of those degrees. So when I saw this story, and I said, damn, that reminds me of my wife. She got 3 degrees. So it's always good to see black.
They said, and I quote, "A lot of black people don't know that there are scholarships and programs out there that will willingly help you pay for college.
Yeah.
They also don't know that they can pursue any degree that they want. There are endless opportunities if you put your mind to it and work hard." And they finished the quote saying, "Black people, especially black women, have amazing capabilities but just need the opportunities. Black excellence is something you do every day.
Right.
The biggest thing I want people to take from my story, well, our story, is no matter what you're going through, you can overcome it." Kudos. Shout out, Black Girl Power. Y'all rock. I love it.
Yeah,
I
buddy.
love it.
Yeah, buddy.
So now that wraps up MTP News.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. So did
now
you like the little
to
sound?
The story. I did. That ticket was nice.
Okay.
That ticket was nice. I love that.
All right, let's get to the main topic here.
Before we get into the main topic, we must talk about this story because it happened. Our main topic last week. For those of y'all who don't know, if you've been sleeping on a rock, Carly Russell has finally admitted that the kidnapping was a hoax.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk no more about this story. I don't know what baby girl was going through. Do you have the picture?
I got a picture up.
I would like for y'all to take a look at this picture. I really don't know. That's why I said I don't want to talk about this because a lot of people have been saying she's going through mental health issues. But if you look at that picture, baby girl got her hair fried, dyed, and laid to the side. Mm-hmm. She has a beautiful smile. You know what this picture of? That's her picture they took of her, what we call a mug shot.
That's
when
a mug
she
shot?
went to turn herself in at the...
That's a mug shot?
That's her mug shot.
Wow.
Now, I've seen... Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. I don't have one. I don't think I do. But I can't remember. But I don't think I have a mugshot. This doesn't look like a mugshot. This can go for... You remember them glamour shots?
I remember that.
This looks like a glamour shot to me.
Wow.
First of all, why are you smiling? Second of all, why are you smiling? And third of all, why are you smiling? I'm appalled. I'm embarrassed as a black woman.
Yeah.
Now they trying to say, like I said, they trying to blame this on mental health. But the kicker for me, where I said I don't want to talk about this story no more. I don't know her motives. I don't know if she said anything to people. She really didn't even say anything. She wrote a letter that her lawyer read. And after the letter was wrote, she turned herself into the police officer. She wasn't even in there because she burned it out very quickly, from my understanding, allegedly. She went and celebrated her birthday in Atlanta. Now, you just took this whole country, per se, through a hellish couple of, 48 hours?
Yeah.
And people donated money that some of them said they cannot get back from GoFundMe account. That's why I said I don't trust that. No way. That's why I didn't do nothing.
Right.
And you have the audacity to go down to Atlanta and celebrate your birthday. I am so done with this story. I don't know what to say about this story.
Don't say anything else about it.
But there has been this, if y'all haven't heard either, there was a young lady who pretty much piggybacked off the Carly Russell situation. Uh-oh. And she went and called herself trying to get herself kidnapped, for lack of better words. Wow! But my thing is, she's 11 years old. Some people say she white, they blurred on her face. Black. I think she's a white girl.
She's like a white girl to me.
Because her hair look like a white girl, even though they have her face blurred out. Right. And I heard her voice, and she sounded like a white girl. But I know you can't really tell these days, Right. But my thing is, why are they arresting an 11-year-old? Carly just strolled her black ass. I meant that, and I meant that, into the jail, took this glamour shot, left the jail, and went down to Atlanta to party. Shouldn't she be getting handcuffed and arrested and treated with federal crimes as well as this 11-year-old? But they call themselves trying to teach the 11-year-old a lesson. What about this fucking 25-year-old? She don't need no lesson taught.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I don't think the 11-year-old should have got arrested.
Not at all. I think maybe they should have gave her something like community service or something. Yeah. Because she wasn't doing it. And I don't know. Have you heard? Is there a Carly Russell TikTok challenge? These kids are jumping them challenges in a minute.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't really do TikTok like that, so I don't know.
I don't understand why they treat this 11-year-old like this, and it's 25. You walking around here like it's all. What the word they say is all good.
I think this is what I think.
Does this money talk bullshit walk kind of thing here?
This is what I think. I think the reason why that they're doing that to the 11-year-old because the 11-year-old's a little white girl, and they're like, wait a minute, that's something niggas do. You ain't no nigga. Stop doing that shit. I think that's what I think. That's what I think. Yeah.
I don't think that. I still say I don't think they should have arrested her. I really don't. But moving on, let's get to the show's topic.
Yeah, I want to get your sentiment on this situation. Now, everybody has chimed in on this particular story. everybody from Shula King, and he had a really good narrative on that. He said, you can't tell somebody how to live your life, how to program or live their life. But on the other side of that coin, you can't sit up here and tell a woman who's a natural born woman what they own and don't own when it comes to womanhood.
Right.
And I agree with him 100%. Now, there's a lot of folks, like I said, Tariq Nasheed included, shout out to Tariq, that have chimed in on this, and they 100%, and I'm one of those people too, they 100% support Jess Hilarious for her and her narrative. I agree with her 100%. You can't tell a woman what she owns and what she doesn't own. Women are the gatekeepers of womanhood. A man masquerading as a woman, that's exactly what y'all are. I don't give a damn what nobody says. I might get canceled after this. I really don't give a shit. I can start another channel. But anyway, you can't sit up here and tell me, tell my wife that she's not a woman because she don't own womanhood. And my wife exudes womanhood in every sense of the word. So, that's just my view on that. What say you, baby? Clear your throat. I want to hear it. Let's talk about it.
First and foremost, you approached me with this idea, and I if I can, I'm the one who came with the topic the way it's written.
Come on, say it.
Whoa, man versus woman. Let me give you a back history of what a trans woman is.
Say it. Come on, tell us.
A trans woman, short for transgender woman, is a woman who was assigned male at birth.
Right.
Trans women have a female gender identity and may experience gender dysphoria, distress brought upon by the discrepancy between a person's gender identity and their race assigned at birth. Okay. Like that boy be saying on Wild 'N Out, cut the music.
Hold on.
I am Mimi the lady.
Yes, indeed.
Hence, lady.
Yes, indeed.
I was born female. And at this point in my life, I'm all woman.
Yes, indeed.
I wish someone would try to tell me that I'm not a woman.
Oh, come on.
Don't call me cis woman. I don't relate to that.
Nope.
I'm having a hard time understanding this narrative and how in the hell did we come to this in this here thing we call America, that we have women fighting with somebody who quote unquote want to be a woman about being a woman.
Hello.
This is what I heard about the story, which pissed me off.
I'm listening.
On the internet, of course, is engaging in conversation about womanhood after comedian Jess Hilarious released a series of thoughts that got backlash for her comments, specifically around the defense of cis womanhood. Her comments came in response to a TikTok video, which was posted on Instagram from a trans woman saying cis women don't own OWN, quote, womanhood or periods. Let me tell this little slimy motherfucker something. If you want these periods, you can have these hoes. Coming up here, you scared to wear white, first of all. Then when you get to my age, you get them, you don't get them. Secondly, they cramp you, you laying up in the bed in fetal position because your periods are so hard. You got to sometimes go to sleep with a heating fucking pad on, or drink some hot cocoa to thin the fucking blood, or take some kind of medicine like a Midol to get you through the day, because you sitting on your ass at work all day, feel like your bottom of your ass about to fall between your legs. Now you get to my age, now you're going through menopause. 1 minute you're cold, like I'm sitting up here now wrapped up like I'm going through Alaska, and then you catch me around 2 a.m. in the morning, I'm sitting on top of a barbecue grill because I'm on fire. So bitch, if you want all this, come get it, trans. You can have all of it. All of it. And what I would like to end with by saying, shout out to the skit on and Live in Color, Mr. Blaine Edwards and Mr. Antoine Merriweather, Men on Film, hated it. Period. Drop the mic.
Oh.
I'm done.
Oh.
You can turn the music back on now. I wish I would sit up here and argue about being a whole ass woman with somebody who has to buy hair, buy makeup, shave every day, go buy titties, go cut your dick off to make a pussy, and here I am, girl, what? So yes, I wholeheartedly agree with Jess Hilarious.
Well, there's that.
What in the hell had this world come to that we are arguing with a gender about whose race is better than the other and who can own what and who can't own what? Because what you mean we can't own womanhood? I am a woman.
Well,
I was given this at birth, like God made me this way, honey.
And that's pretty much what I'm getting at right there.
I got my throat tickle. I'm up here screaming so loud.
Man, come on.
What has this world come to? This world is going backwards.
Here's the thing about it. And it upset me, and I'm a man. You know what I mean? But here's the funny part about that, babe. You are one of a few people that's defending Jess Hilarious. It's black women out there that's trying to tear her down because she said that shit.
But it's the truth. Everything she said,
I spoke truth to power.
Like I said, Jess, she's not funny to me. Some of the stuff she do.
I'm not a fan of hers. But
excuse me.
But
when she made that statement right there, I was yes. Thank you, Jess. And any woman who don't agree with her something, you need to go get your mind checked.
But here's the funny part. You know who's got her back? You know who got her back?
Who?
Flame Monroe.
You know.
Hold on, let me put Flame's picture up real quick. Flame Monroe got her back. Mm-hmm. And you know Flame Monroe been transgender for how long?
Mm-hmm. This man that had children and everything.
Thank you.
But yes, he does. 100% he does. And you know what's so sick? That not talking about Flame, but for someone in his rhetoric, his character, his time of life, whatever it is, he's supporting and representing more for real women than real women.
Say that again.
Now, when do we start letting that happen? Now, I know I excuse me, who was I looking at the other night? Oh, Umar Johnson. Is that nice saying? How you doing? Okay.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff, you know, it's hit or miss with him with me. You know, I do look at his podcast and it's just hit or miss with me. But I do agree. Oh, I'm trying to understand. I don't agree. I'm trying to understand when he said, we as real women brought this upon ourselves.
I agree. When
we start accepting gay men as our besties, more or less.
Yeah. I agree on I agree with him. Because you got to think about this.
I mean,
let me explain that. Mm-hmm. The reason why is because of this right here. Whenever people see people like Billy Porter coming to a damn event in a full-length gown, the first thing people start saying, that's right, girl, live your truth. And when people start big up in Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union for letting his son masquerade as a girl, the first thing women start saying is, that's right, girl, live your truth. No, he's not living his truth because he's a boy. That's his truth. He's a boy. Okay? Plain and simple. Now, that's the reason why he said that. And the main reason why I have an issue with this whole thing about transgender women saying that women don't own womanhood and shit like that is because in certain states, it's legal for a transgender man to go in the same bathroom as biological women.
But now they want to, though.
I got a problem with that. The reason why I have a problem with that is because I have a daughter. Mm-hmm. If a grown-ass man dress up as a woman goes into the same bathroom as my biological daughter, I got a problem with that. A big one. You know what I mean?
I don't know no more. I'm just.
Oh, here's. Well,
I mean, okay. Let me say this. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I'm like you. If we get the show, let me go ahead and apologize in advance. Yeah. If we get penalized for what I'm about to say, out there in trans world, I don't know what y'all think y'all doing or who y'all think y'all are, but me, ladies, if you want to be called a lady, woman, whatever, you will never, ever be a real woman.
Thank you.
Let's just keep it 100. I don't care how much weave you pack on your head, how much L'Oreal you pack on your face, get your titties big as Dolly Parton's, cut your dick and your vagina as deep as that lady who do that porn shit. You would never, ever be a real woman.
Which brings you back to my...
Until you can convince me otherwise, I stand on what I said, and I said what I said.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. And which brings me back to my other person. You know who else got canceled because of the same old shit? Macy Gray. Remember, she said the very same thing. She said transgender women ain't women.
Who
said
would
that.
think they are?
She said that.
They're dressed. Okay, when we were little girl, we played dress up. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, can they get pregnant?
Nope.
Now, if they want to have a period, you can have a period. Go ahead, baby. Have these periods.
I had this argument with somebody at work. They were talking about transgender women are women. I said, no, in their mind they're women, but they're not women. Because I told them flat out, if you take 70 women and 20 men and put them on a deserted island, in about 100 years, that island will prosper. Mm-hmm. Okay? If you take 70 transgender women and 20 men and put them on a deserted island, in less than 100 years, their population will be dead.
Less than that, 10 years it'll be dead because there's nobody to carry on the legacy.
Hello. Exactly.
So who doesn't that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Right.
So until you can realize that you can populate the world, because the woman's body is a beautiful thing. I know that's why you're trying to get one.
Yep.
Or trying to take it over, more or less.
Yeah.
But you can never do it.
You remember on that Celebrity Big Brother episode when Genuine was on there and a transgender woman tried to kiss him and he pushed him away? Uh-huh. They tried to cancel him because of that.
I think he got put off the show because of that.
Yeah, he did. He got put off the show because of that. Because he didn't want some man dressed up in the wig kissing him.
I'm going to say this. I think it's very disrespectful. I think it's very dishonest for any man who know they were born a man to come for a natural born woman and say some of the offensive things that these trans women are saying to us.
That's very misogynistic.
But you know what? You're talking about yourself because you're trying to be a woman, right?
Yeah, that's very misogynistic in my personal opinion. If that ain't misogyny, I don't know what is.
You know, I'm going to end this with, thank you, Jess Larry. Like I said, I don't agree with some of the stuff you say, but this right here, you have my 100 support.
Her and Macy Gray, because Macy Gray said the same thing.
And Flame Monroe. Even though I know Flame Monroe wasn't born a natural woman, she's speaking up for women, saying things better than women can say about themselves.
Even Flame Monroe even said trans women ain't women. Flame Monroe said that. She been living as a trans woman for how long?
I know it's been a couple of years. Now, you trying to come down on me because I was biologically born a woman, and you telling me that I don't own it. Well, if I don't own it, who own it?
Thank you. Women own womanhood. They're the gatekeepers of it. You can't tell me different. And one thing Jess Larry has said is that we birth y'all.
You came from a woman.
You came from a woman.
Exactly. I'm just so appalled right now. I don't know how to feel. When this story came out, I said, are you telling me that these people is on national platforms? Excuse me, I done choked myself up and coughing and got my throat all wrong. You mean tell me these people sitting up here on national platforms and they are actually discussing a woman versus a trans woman? What's to discuss?
There's nothing to discuss. Ain't nothing like a woman. I'm sorry.
They're just like me comparing myself to a transformer.
Come on now. Well, anyway, that's that, man. You know what? And I tell people this all the time. I always say this on this show. You know, I keep on saying that I love my wife. Lord knows I do. I couldn't ask for a better helpmate. Thank you, God. And to see her go off like that.
That's an insult to me as a woman.
I can tell you it's insulting.
Woman.
I can tell you it's insulting.
And that transgender girl that went up against you was another black
one, yeah.
Black man. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, black man.
You know what?
Yes.
Whoa man. There was a whoa man.
Yeah, a whoa man. Yeah, you're right.
Do you have a womb?
Nope.
You think you do, right? Because it's all in your head. Mm-hmm. But do you have an actual God-given womb?
Nope.
Do you have a uterus?
Nope.
You can buy your titties. You got that.
Don't have ovaries. Don't have fallopian tubes. None of that.
You have what? XX or YY? What y'all have? YY?
I think it's
and we have XY.
Something
like that. However that narrative goes.
I forgot.
You can never be. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care what you buy, what you got cut off, what you got added. You change your voice. You change your sentiment. You change your walk.
Take all the estrogen hormone pills you want.
I don't know what are you talking about. And girl, where you get this voice from? What woman you hear talk like that? My voice used to be cute and sweet when I was young, but now the older I'm getting, my voice getting deep as hell, and I don't even care. So all this that you're buying. So that's what you're doing. You're buying. You're building yourself to be a woman. How you gonna compare a built-up person to a natural-born person?
Good question.
That's an insult. You trying to tell me that you're pretty much telling me that I'm not a woman. If I'm not a woman, what the hell am I? Well, a cis woman. What the hell is a cis woman?
Well, see, that whole thing about cis, which is spelled CIS, by the way,
right.
cisgender.
Let me look that up because I never really understood what the hell that meant.
Which, in my personal opinion, it's an insult. That's what they call a biological woman, a cis woman, a cisgender, somebody that adheres to their own particular biological assignment.
A cis woman is a term that is used to describe people whose gender identity matches the sex they are assigned at birth.
Exactly, a woman.
For example, someone who was assigned female at birth and identified as a woman is a cis woman.
Yeah.
On the other hand, a person who identifies as a man is a transgender man.
Yeah.
What the hell?
See, like I said. That's why I keep telling people, hold on, let me pull that book back up. I keep telling people that, man. That's why I keep on trying to pimp this book. The Compensatory Counter-Racist Code. That goes along the lines of sex. That keep on trying to change the rules.
Okay. What about these people, what they call them, hermaphrodites, that's born with both genders?
Yeah.
What would they be? They just choose?
They just pick and choose whichever one they want to be.
So if they choose to be a woman, they consider a cis woman?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Get the hell out of here with that bullshit.
That's a good question.
This is bullshit. This is you know what, this world we living in. You know what? I missed church today. Because I was a little tired because I had a I had a long weekend.
She was tired.
Long work week. I'm gonna have to get my ass back in church. Cause when I tell you Jesus, God, the sheriffs. How you call them? The cherubs, the angels, the guard guys, all them on their way back here. They are. You mean tell me we're having a conversation
about
in 2023
about what a woman
really is when she was born at birth? I guess because the baby come out the woman, and whatever the nurse decided to call you, that's what's considered a cis woman. So you could have been a boy, and they tell you, well, you're a cis woman.
Well, see, here's a lunacy about the whole thing about transgenderism. Here's the lunacy about the whole thing. They're saying that male and female is a social construct.
Okay.
That's what they're trying to say.
You know what?
They're telling me that, so you telling me that just because I identify as a man because I have a penis, I'm conforming to a social construct? No, that's the way it's been since the dawn of man. You have male, you have female. That's it. There is no in between. You can't pick and choose what you are. And if you do, then something's wrong with you.
Let me say this. See, this narrative has been twisted so much.
Yeah, it has been.
And it's like I said, it's disgusting. So let me ask this question. You trying to call me a cis woman, but you don't want to be called a trans woman?
You're not a woman.
Because you are a trans woman.
You're not a woman. You're not a woman.
So how can you call me a cis woman, but you don't want to be called a trans woman, which you are?
That's what you are. You're a woman. You're not a woman. You're not a woman. You're not a woman. I don't get it. I don't get it, babe.
The facts remain that this life is what we live it.
Yeah.
I will still say, live your life the way you want to live your life.
Thank you.
If you want to be a trans woman, you be a trans woman.
Thank you.
But don't tell me that I'm not one.
Hello.
Don't give me no name I've never wanted. Don't expect me to answer to a term I don't relate to.
Hello.
If you get an attitude, take it with a grain of salt.
Hello.
Don't expect me to give you respect if you're not giving me respect.
Hello. How
you gonna stand up and tell someone that they're not a woman and we don't own anything? You're right. We don't own it. It was given to us. So if it was given to me, I'm going to ride it till the wheels run off to the best of my ability.
Oh, Cynthia was in here.
Hey, Cynth. Oh, my God. Okay. Okay. I don't understand. I don't understand.
I don't get it either.
And I wish more men, like I said, I appreciate you, Reggio. I appreciate you for sticking up. I wish more men would say something. But, let's just keep it 100. Lately here, and I know some of these trans women, they get off by trying to turn out a straight man. Because a lot of the trans women want straight men. For some reason, I don't know. I don't understand that whole side of it, whatever. And then some of these men end up getting with these trans women, some not knowing, and some will become down low brothers.
Yeah.
Because by that time, when the woman decides to tell them what they are, someone done caught feelings for them.
Yeah.
And some know how to deal with it, some don't. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say that that's why now I saw a story on the news the other night. A lot of trans women are becoming up dead.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they don't try to turn some man out. He's embarrassed. He don't want nobody to find out about it, so they killed him.
Well, see, that right there is a very dangerous game that a lot of these trans women are playing, because you need to tell somebody flat out what you are in the beginning.
Exactly.
So that way that person can decide whether he wants to deal with that or not.
This reminds me of that whole what's that rapper name with Sydney Starr? What was that rapper name? I know you like it right there. What's his name?
God,
Chingy. Okay, that story that came about that.
Chingy, yeah.
Now I really don't know how that ended, but I know now that Sydney Starr, she looks like a woman. I'm gonna give her props. Mm-hmm. Whoever her doctor is. Whoever her doctor is, or whatever she had done, she had me fooled. I kept saying, that's a woman. That's a woman. They kept saying, no, that's a man. And then she finally admitted that she's a man. And I think she went in knowing that she was a man, and she called herself trying to trick Chingy. And we ain't heard from Chingy since, have we?
No, we haven't.
So it's like, you don't do stuff to people like that. I know you probably think in your heart that you are a woman, you feel like you're a woman, but you need to think about your life, because some people ain't gonna put up with that.
The same thing happened to Bobby Valentino as well.
Really?
You haven't heard from him, have you? And Bobby can sing.
Was he caught with one, or did he know it? Or
no, he didn't know. He got caught with one. He didn't know.
So they tricked him too?
Yeah.
So how are these men supposed to be held responsible when they getting tricked?
Yeah.
Because if you strong in your conviction and you're a stand-up proud trans woman, tell these people you're a trans woman.
Let's go back further than that. Teddy Pendergrass. Remember that story?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, look that up. Teddy Pendergrass. Teddy Pendergrass.
This is a pathetic world we live in. And this shouldn't even be a conversation.
It really shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be a conversation at all.
This is asinine.
I agree with you.
This is just, I don't even know what to say. Like I said, I'm excuse me if I offended anybody by my red, but that is how I feel wholeheartedly as a black woman.
And as a black man, let me tell you something.
I don't get it. And I wish more black men would say something.
And I'm just going to be real with you. As a black man, I had to say something because I came from a woman. So I didn't come from a trans woman. I came from a woman.
Exactly. You can never come from a trans woman.
Exactly.
You wouldn't even be here.
Exactly. I wouldn't be here at all.
Unless she adopted you.
So, and I got offended for the simple fact, how the hell are you going to sit up here and tell a woman what a woman really is and what she owns? Mm-hmm. That's bullshit. I don't agree with that. I disagree with that 100%. 100%. But anyway, I knew this was going to be a monster of a show, man. I knew it was.
And for the record, if y'all don't know, I am WOMAN, no apostrophes, nowhere.
I can vouch for that. 100%.
Nowhere. And again, like I said, if you want these hot flashes and this moodiness, shout out to Red, because he holding on. I know he is, but I know sometimes he be like, God damn. Because my mood swings, I even freak myself out. I said, now, am I getting an attitude for no reason?
Yeah.
Am I for real? I shock myself sometimes how I just pop off, like turn on the lights when I'm popping off.
Yeah.
I don't need no amen corn over there. I do not need no backup singers. No, I don't need. I don't need that. Thank you. But no, for real. If they want all of this, all of that comes with being a woman, baby, you can have it. The disparages in pay, we don't get paid what men pay. The cat calls and the booty rubs when you just walking from the kitchen to the bathroom. Shout out to my household. You know, the things women must go through as trying to be single mothers because these men decide they don't want to be with you no more because they feel like you got an attitude problem. You want all this that a woman got to put up with? Baby, come get it. Come here, right here, here. You can have it. And I'll tell you, I'll never come back looking for it. And I won't charge you a dime. You can have it for free. If you want what we go through as a woman, as much as we go through as a woman, physically, mentally, financially, emotionally. You know how many broken-hearted black women or women in general have died from disappointment from life? So come have it. You can have all of it. Because women, baby, we go through a lot. Y'all just looking at the outside, the glamour about the hair and the makeup and the, you know, the body and all that. But the emotional part, the inside part, the reality of it, y'all not looking right. You better want to stay a man. Stay a man and just wear your wigs and your makeup. There's plenty of men out here who still men who wear makeup and wigs. But don't tell no real woman that she's not a woman. How dare you? That means, because to me, when you say stuff like that, you're insulting your mother.
Hello.
Or in my case, your mama.
Anyway, y'all. That's my wife. That's my wife.
That's an insult.
I agree.
How would you feel somebody come to you? You know, you're not a real man. Because you're not dark enough.
Oh, I've been through that before.
That's what I'm saying. How did that make you feel?
It made me feel like I wanted to fight somebody, man. But I didn't. I just told him flat out. I wasn't behind. Shit. Come on, man. Bruh. What the hell? So, yeah.
And you know one thing I'm not? A lot of women are feeling uncomfortable. I'm not uncomfortable at all. Because in reality, I can't relate to what they're talking about. I never want to be a man. I say all the time, I'm proud to be a woman, even though I know we go through much more than a man do. I have never wanted to be a man. But if these people having these offsets in their brain or in their psyche that make them feel like though they was born one identity, but they feel another identity, and they're trying to live in their truth, just do that. Live in your truth without all the lies, without all the rhetoric of trying to make somebody feel bad about what they truly are, to make yourself feel better. So that's all I gotta say about that.
All right, then. Well, hell, there you have it. There you have it. My wife didn't say her thing. I knew she was going to have a lot to say about it. I knew it. So,
yeah. Tell no lies and want no lies to be spoken. That's how I feel.
Exactly.
Because if you, in essence, if you got to hide who you truly are, you're lying.
I agree with you on that.
You talking about, I'm going to live in my truth. You're not living in your truth. If you out here jacking people and telling them that you were born one way, knowing damn well this man really think, even if you do have the surgery and go through all this, he thinking he finna have a family, there's no way you know damn well you can't get this man no family.
Yep.
Or I guess you're just going to lie. I guess I'll born, which is some women, there are women out here who really don't have the fertility structures to have children.
Yeah,
and maybe they're going to spin that narrative. But why lie? That's another lie you don't add on top of your damn story.
Yeah.
And I know there are children out here who need to be adopted. That's a good thing. But don't deceive nobody. That's why I used to say, babe, when all this transgender stuff started coming out, and some of these pictures I was seeing of some of these women who look better than natural women, I said, boy, I feel sorry for me. Y'all better start asking for baby pictures.
Better do a dick check.
Cause you don't know what you getting these days. Hell, you don't even know what you're getting a woman sometimes these days.
That's true. You do a dick check, yeah.
No, it's not even that. Now you can pretty much get that cut off pretty much for free now, can't you?
I don't know. They're working on it. But yeah,
I think that's a form of insanity. Now that's a form of mental health.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. That's pretty much what Jess Hilarious was saying. You know, something wrong with y'all.
She up there arguing with a transgender about
I
what she
be arguing.
really... I would have said,
no.
Bitch, get off my phone.
Please. You wish you had this right here.
No, man. I'm not finna sit here and argue with you about that. You had this out just a click. I would not have gone back and forth with her, but I mean, like I said, I truly, truly, wholeheartedly appreciate Jess for even standing up for women in general. But to go out there and go up against a man who thinking he's a woman, you're going up against me trying to be me, if you think about it.
Pretty much.
Well, God bless her. And I hope whatever she's looking for, she get it. But she will never be.
Oh, you can't be something you're not, man.
Period. Literally. Period.
You can't be something you're not, man. That's just like a trans woman telling a woman what a woman truly is. It's like a chicken trying to tell a horse what a dog is.
You know? What?
Come
I like
on,
that.
man. Come on.
And all these words, you know, let me say that we're going to wrap this show. You know, we call them the alphabet people.
That's what I call them, alphabet.
Because every other day they add another letter.
Yeah, exactly.
And now they done moved away from that. Now they trying to get on women and talk about women. And coming up with all these pronouns. Here, there, he, she, it, sis. What the hell? What is going on?
Respect my pronouns. I'm a him. I'm a he. I'm her. I'm sir. That's what I am. Plain and simple. That's all there's to it. Plain and simple. That's all there's to it.
I'm a Q100. I'm me.
Exactly. 100%. In every sense of the word.
Miss Lady. Hey, you. You know, whatever. And then they get offended. I'm not a she. I'm a... oh, girl, look. Your mama call you Susan. I'm going to call you Susan.
Mama named Clay. I'm going to call him Clay.
Exactly. Right. Right. Get out of here with that. Guess what? And you wonder why our children are so screwed up in the head.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah. They don't know where they're coming and going, literally.
And, you know, I've never really said anything about the whole Dwayne Wade and his son-daughter situation. And I know kids are impressionable. And who's to say when he gets a little bit older, he might not want to be who he wants to be. Sorry, she might not want to be who she wants to be right now. Because she's about, what, 13, 14 right now?
I don't know how old he is.
So
I'm going to call him a him. That's what he is, goddammit.
And I feel sorry for Dwayne Wade's wife that he had, well, ex-wife, who he had the baby with.
She ain't with it.
Exactly. She does not agree with this at
and
all.
I'm with
she done
on
took
that
him
one.
to court about it.
Hell
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel her pain because she was given a boy child.
Yeah.
And now the dad, I mean, I know you want to support your children, but when your child is 12 and 13 years old, that's why, like I said, I'm still kind of torn. Like I said, I don't have those feelings. I don't know how I feel. But like them people talking about, I've been gay since I was 5. And I tried to come out to my family and they disown me. I don't know how that feels. I don't. Yeah. And I feel sorry for those people. Because if they are trying to stand in their truth and they don't have the support of their family, that has to be an awful feeling.
Right.
But honestly, do you really know who you are at 5?
No.
And just like Dwayne, baby, did he really know who he was? What he's 11, 12 when he first came out?
I don't
I don't know. But like I said, I want to support... I want to support the whole situation. I know he wants to not be like one of those beat him down. I'm going to beat the sex out of you. Beat the devil out of you. I know Dwayne probably don't want to be like that. He nor Gabrielle. But in essence, I think you're doing your child a disservice.
I agree.
I really do.
That's pretty much what Lil Boosie was trying to say, except Boosie said it in his own little words.
Yes, Boosie took it to a whole nother level.
Boosie took it to a whole new level. But I agree with Boosie. Well, I would have worded it different, but I agree with Boosie.
Right.
I agree with him. But, you know, it is what it is, man.
And let me say this again that we can wrap this show. I'm going to say that this, I promise I'll be done because I'm losing my voice anyway. Trans women, I hope y'all ain't trying to pose no threat toward a real woman because you can never be one. I don't care if your body is bad like Meg Thee Stallion. Everybody know I love Meg Thee Stallion body. No homo here. I'm going to give do what do. I don't think nothing about her is bought, planted. Think that's all homegrown.
Oh, that's cornbread.
And that girl body, that body is bad.
That's cornbread.
So I don't care, trans women. Y'all can go out there and get your body built just like Meg Thee Stallion. You can never compete with her.
Thank you.
And no one, believe me, you are not going to be a threat to any woman. I don't care if the woman is big like a house. You still ain't going to be no threat to a real woman.
Sure ain't.
And with that, Mimi is dropping the mic.
Well, that was enough. Shit. Hell, you said enough. I ain't have to say nothing. I knew you was going to take over the show whenever I brought the subject up. I knew you were, and that's what I want you to do.
Everybody know I love being a woman.
Hell yeah.
I love every essence of being a woman. And I can understand if that man truly see being a woman is such a beautiful butterfly experience.
No doubt.
You can take a cocoon. Excuse me. What is it? They come off. What they start off as? What they think the butterfly turn start is a moth or something?
That started as a caterpillar.
A caterpillar. You can take a caterpillar and turn it into the most beautiful butterfly with the most beautiful colors.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
I get it. We can transform ourselves into damn near anything we want to be.
No doubt.
And it'll be beautiful. I get that. But don't tell me that I'm not what I am. Because you're trying to be that too.
Come on now.
Sir.
Come on now. You said it right, sir.
All right.
Good show, baby.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, I really don't get on the soapbox like this,
Right.
but when you start talking about my womanhood and calling me out for being what I truly am, my birthright, I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Even though she wasn't speaking specifically to me, just like she wasn't speaking particularly to Just Hilarious, and Just Hilarious has a platform that she can speak on it, and I'm glad she took her platform and spoke on it. Because it made me wonder if it wasn't for her, who would have done it?
I read someplace, man, Just Hilarious got jumped. I heard that.
I heard a lot of women are mad. I'm thinking, why are they mad at her?
Don't get mad at her. She spoke truth to
These
power.
are not even trans. These are regular women.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
What the hell are y'all mad at her about? She was speaking her truth.
Right.
Just like y'all get these trans people to speak their truth, Jess was speaking her truth.
Right.
Maybe some man need to come up here and say something.
Well, I just did. That's why I did this show.
Now, I mean somebody like on a platform like that, like I was gonna say Steve Harvey, but
No, not Steve Harvey.
maybe somebody like Snoop or who's another heavy hitter people look up to? LeBron James or I don't know. Somebody needs to say something. But I don't know. I've been hearing so much about these people either. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
But shout out to LeBron and his family. I hope his son is doing better.
Yeah. His son had a heart attack. You know, I'm not a LeBron James fan, but I don't wish no bad on anybody's child.
Absolutely, because I know that's one of the reasons why he was maintaining himself in the industry.
Right.
Because he said he wanted one day play in the NBA with his son. And now this kind of the same situation with Shaq's son. I don't know if does he have some kind of ailment that's going to prevent him from coming to the NBA?
That's a good question.
Black children.
Oh man, yeah, I love that. I love that.
Outstanding.
I love that.
I love it. I love the way he carried himself with his family.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Like
with
I said, he probably got holes in every area code, so he must have been paying them very well. Because you ain't never heard nobody, seen nobody. I mean, some have put it out there, but you ain't never seen it come to fruition, or have you?
No, you haven't.
So however he doing it, I applaud that brother wholeheartedly, and shout out to his family that Bronny will be okay.
Yeah, I hope he's all right, man. I hope he's all right. So shout out to Bronny. You know, get better, brother.
Absolutely.
But you have to be a woman, and you're telling a woman what a woman does and doesn't own when it comes to being a woman. Mm-hmm. What kind of bullshit is that? That's stupid.
Now, I'm not no one-sided person. Now, there are some, because I'm going to go ahead and put this out here. I know that's not part of our rhetoric on this show, but it's a show that come on, I think it's on Tubi, they call Hoochie Daddies. And Hoochie Daddies about these girls who think they are studs.
Oh, Lord.
And some of them, and I do mean some of them, I would be confused if I saw them in the streets. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see none of them out here trying to tell some man that he's not a man. Well, I have heard some say, I'm harder than you. Because I saw this girl on TikTok talking about it. She said, men, real men, y'all need to be aware because these studs are taking over. But they're saying they're taking over because they're taking care of women better than some men are doing. Like I was saying earlier today, so many men are so prissy these days, and hell, he beat me to the nail salon, and he want to be treated like a princess, and
that's not a man,
it's too
then.
hot out here and stuff like that. And these studs are going in there doing fixing cars, taking care of kids, paying the bills and all that. And a lot of these women are going to the alphabet brigade, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it's not even really about the sex these days. I think it's about how that person make them feel. And if you make that person feel loved and taken care of and cherished and admired and loved, that's where they gonna go. And if that's the case, but I don't hear no stud out here talking about, yeah, I got your bitch. No.
Well, if you take my woman, then she would never mind in the first place, bro. That's my view. But anyway.
Now, who was that? Somebody famous. Cher's son, daughter, wasn't it? He was born a daughter, but now he's a man. He had the whole operation.
Yeah.
But I don't hear him out here, bragging about what he did and stuff like that. He like I said, he stood in his truth, went through the procedures, had the procedures, and now he is what he feel like he's always been. Right. But I don't see him out here going up against no man talking about, yeah, I'm a better man than you. What? So they call us sis. What they gonna call y'all? Mickey Man? You a Mickey Man?
I don't know what they're gonna call it, but anyway.
But yeah, so good show. Tell a friend.
Yeah, hit that like button, smash the likes. We're getting more and more followers, and I love that. I knew it was going to be a slow process because I'm not a famous person. So, but neither one of us are.
Just one person listening is good enough for me.
Yeah, that's
that
my
means
view.
somebody's interested in what I'm saying. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. I mean, hopefully.
But we're not here to offend anybody. We're just giving our thoughts of what's going on in this thing we call America.
Hello, that's all
we call life.
That's all we're doing, man. That's all we're doing. So, for everybody out there, man, if we offended anybody,
it wasn't a narrative, just speaking our truth.
Yeah, exactly. If we offended anybody, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Suck it up. You'll be all right. Shit. Because y'all offended women when y'all said that bullshit. So, you'll be all right. You won't be all right. Just,
Now, I know people say some hurtful things, but that was just downright disgusting. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, they're talking about...
I don't think nothing can be said that can change my mind on this.
They're talking about rappers being misogynistic. What's more misogynistic than a man dressed up as a woman trying to tell a woman what a woman really is?
Hey, man, say it again for the ones at the back of the bus.
Come on now.
Oh, my God.
Shit. So... But anyway, I better shut up because I'll get started again.
Me too. I was like, let me hug. I can go on this by days.
Yeah, buddy. So anyway, it's time for me to get up from here and grab on my wife's booty again.
See there? That's what I was just talking about. I can't walk from the bedroom to the kitchen.
She gonna get grabbed. She knows that. She's gonna get grabbed.
Maybe I just don't know no better. I don't. I just take it with a grain of salt.
But for real, if I didn't grab her, she thinks something was wrong.
True.
So, But anyway, I'm Reggio.
I am Mimi the Lady.
And we out.
Bye.